Start recording. There we go. We are doing the Whirling Waltz event today. This is... It's their event in all but name, truly. This is the event where, due to process of elimination of playing Excafier's story quest and the new Archon quest, Nuvlat gets stabbed. Well, that was fun. My OBS hates me. Now we're on the gameplay scene. We're on the... It was on there for a while, I'm sure of it. Yeah, no, it was on there for a while, but then it went away and then it came back, which is fun. Okay. Everything's ready. We can jump in. Yes. So Nuvlat gets stabbed this event, which is fun. I'm sure that won't make me cry. It's a good thing I have my emotional support plushes on standby. On a stroll through the court of Fontaine, when you and Paimon head over to a newsstand to purchase a copy of the Steambird, you unexpectedly overhear the familiar voices of old friends. Before you know it, you've been invited to a very special conversation. Please never put white text on a very colorful background again. Yeah, no, we're gonna have to put up with the little demon in this event. Ajah is here. But yeah, Ajah and Kinich, I still don't know how to pronounce his name, are my, the only downside of this event is that they're seemingly playing a large part in it. But yeah, let's go. Okay. I'm gonna set it today. Hold on. Also, I have heard from... I don't need to go that far around. I have heard that... So I've avoided pretty much every spoil. Like, I haven't been spoiled at all for this event yet. But I have heard that, thankfully and excitingly, pretty much all the Fontaine characters are voiced in this event, which is so exciting. I think the only two that are missing their voices are Charlotte and Sejuine, but I don't know how big of a role they play in the event anyway. I know Sejuine you can invite to, help out at the park or anything in, the minigame section. But I don't know how important she's gonna be to the main story, but everyone else is voiced. Kinich. Okay, so I was close. Exciting.
Hey, there's a newsstand over there.
Oh god, I'm not gonna have to talk tonight. I'm not gonna have to talk tonight. That's weird. I'm so used to, being in the voice acting headspace when I'm streaming, because I've been doing, a bunch of voices for the past few streams. Since I started streaming again after my break. It feels odd to not be voice acting.
We know our Fontanian friends
I can just...
love a little drama.
Listen, I love drama too, Paimon. I love drama too, Paimon. Don't fault them for that. I completely lost that train of thought that I was on. It's gone. Derailed.
Isn't that Charlotte?
Oh!
And standing next to her, surely that can't be Kinich?
Okay.
How about Lost Treasure?
Oh, this is my first time hearing Kenichi's new voice. I like it. It doesn't, I heard clips of it and everything, when it was first, a large thing. I remember hearing comparisons. I legitimately could hardly tell a difference. I think I couldn't really tell a difference, at all. To be fair, I also don't play Kinich. I don't have Kinich on my account. And I don't, listen to a million edits of him like I do for other characters. Cough, cough. every Fontaine character. But I couldn't notice a difference between the two voices. Kenichi's original voice actor was replaced right around I think it was the patch that Veressa released, or it might have been the patch before it. I'm not 100%, like, I don't 100% remember. Uh, not because of, like, any, like, talking to minors or, like, anything like that. Cough, cough, Tainari's original VA. No, it was due to the strike, which we've learned recently was less of a strike and more of a work refusal. Yeah, I'm not going to talk a lot about all that in this stream because it gives me a headache, and 8 million people have covered it far better than I can. But it is far less of a strike than anyone was led to believe, and far less about AI protection than anyone was led to believe. But so Kenichi needed a voice, and so his voice actor was replaced due to refusals to work. But I do like his new voice. Hold up. This one's a gem. Illegal restaurants caught serving Serenian stew proves surprisingly popular.
Pretty shocking. But it still feels like it's
This
missing
is a
something.
fun character combination.
Got it. Udex gravely wounded in shocking stabbing. Set to miss cross-border smuggling trial.
Jesus Christ! Well, we're directly in it, I suppose. I do expect Hurt Comfort 6 for Rylette. Please give me Real Slee taking care of New Black 6 now, please. Please? It has to exist. People have had to write this. I've given them a day. I'm sure there's already like 50. Insatiable. Oh my. That can't be for real. Yeah, fine. I hate to admit it, but you won this one.
Huh? What? Did Paimon hear that right? Neuvillette was stabbed and gravely wounded? No, surely that can't be right. Can it?
If it is, we're all toast, because again, mind you, dragon. Aha! I thought I heard familiar voices. Oh, if it isn't Lux and Paimon! What a coincidence! Mr. Kinnich and I were talking about you two just a few minutes ago. Unfortunately for me, he's a very loyal... Jesus Christ. Unfortunately for me, he's a very loyal friend. I pressed him for some juicy details, but he remains tight-lipped about you. So, anything you want to share with me about the great Lux's triumphant exploits in Natlin? It was a team effort. Modest as ever. What's Natlin? I have zero recollection of what you're talking about, Charlotte. I must have blocked that out in the haze. Anyways, I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. Sorry. Let me backtrack a little. Hi, you two. It's been ages. What brings you back to Fontaine? I'm always here, Charlotte. Don't fuck with me. I literally come to Fontaine every day. I log out in the same place at Fontaine every day because I feel safe here.
Hey there, you two. Fancy running into you here.
What a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, that, and also a less than pleasant shock. What the heck was all that about a Saurian meat restaurant and the Udex getting stabbed? Please say you weren't being serious.
Oh, that? We were just talking about tabloid headlines. Is that what you're talking about?
Trading tabloid headlines?
Yeah. Charlotte and I were having a little contest to see who could find the most ridiculous fake news stories.
Sorry.
Either I got lucky, or I have a knack for honing in on the most outrageous material.
Yeah, no, it's weird. Like, I remember meeting Kinich, but it wasn't in a place called Natlin. It was in a place called Honkai Star Rail. Odd that he's here. Weird crossover event. They really didn't build up this crossover too much, huh? Did they? Is this mean? Is this me being too mean to Natlin? Is there a point where this becomes just too mean to Natlin? Is there a point where people will get mad at me for this? I'm sorry you had to see such an unflattering side of Fontaine, Mr. Kinich. These third-rate tabloids write their headlines purely to shock and scandalize. All they care about is grabbing your attention to boost their sales. The ones who still got a shred of integrity will at least clarify the truth in the main body of the article. Although, the misleading headline is still an underhanded trick to draw readers in. Not at all. Good. I'm glad I've yet to be too mean to Natlin. I do worry about that sometimes. Like, I legitimately enjoy this game, I promise. It's just this one nation makes me mad. But others, like the one we were just reading about aloud, have no qualms about outright
If I
fabrications.
had to quantify it, I'd say about 1% of what they write is the truth.
Yeah, no, it's certainly a problem. That's pretty lenient of you, Mr. Kinich.
Huh? Him? Lenient? Oh, you gotta be kidding!
Ugh, God, can this whole event just be, People were trying to boycott Natlin. That was a thing. That was a huge thing. I hope this whole event is just Kinich repeatedly kicking Aja. That would make me so happy.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to give credit to these so-called news stories for occasionally including a grain of truth. All I'm saying is, even the wildest leaps of the human imagination are always rooted in reality.
You mean all those fake headlines you mentioned actually do have some basis in fact?
Which means Nublet still got stabbed. Give me my hurt comfort fix.
Sure they do. For instance, there was in fact a smuggling trial recently.
Okay, but did Nublet get stabbed?
Considering the amount of speculation surrounding the smuggled goods, it's no wonder there are rumors about restaurants serving saurian meat or teacups being unearthed from ancient ruins. But in reality, the goods in question were simply a few ancient relics dug up from ruins in Natlan. Rest
Give me
assured,
more
no
Rumeria
saurians
lore.
were harmed in the process.
How? Oh, okay. I'll, as much as I hate Natlin, I do want to pronounce the names correctly, because that's the type of mean, like, I hate mispronouncing names. I get so much, like, weird anxiety from that. I'm not willing to be that mean to the nation. I will pronounce their names correctly. How? Okay. Thank you. Though, uh, back to what I was saying before that. I do really want more Rumeria lore. I will take any Rumeria lore they're willing to give me. I love Fontaine's story so much. Okay, but what about Nublet? We know no Saurians were harmed, but what about other types of dragons, like a sovereign? And if you're wondering why the Eudex didn't preside over the trial, it's because this case was assigned to another judge, right from the offset. It's not as if. Jesus Christ, I can talk, I promise. It's not as if the Palais Memorial only has one judge. We can't expect Monsieur Nouviet to handle every single case himself. On a more interesting note, the trial in question went remarkably smoothly. And it was all thanks to Mr. Kenich's testimony as a key witness.
Oh, okay. Paima was so busy freaking out about those headlines that she totally forgot to ask why you're here in Fontaine, Kinich.
That's a little disappointing. Like, don't get me wrong, I didn't want Nublet to be, like, dead. But at least stab the guy. Give me some good angst. I love my fluff, but you gotta serve it with a side of angst. Phew. It was all a misunderstanding. The world's not going to end. Maybe not. But it'd be... Jesus Christ. Maybe not. But it'd have been an even better world for me if Mr. Kenichi here would agree to another exclusive interview with the Steambird. However I tap into the voice I'm doing for Charlotte, like, however I change my voice is really messing up my ability to speak.
It was a pretty open and shut case, and my testimony in court was clear enough. But I'm guessing, Mademoiselle Charlotte, that you're less interested in the case than you are in trying to uncover some news stories about Natlan.
Drat! You saw right through me. Guess I'll put it down to the keen instincts of a renowned saurian hunter. Any response to that, or...?
I appreciate your kind invitation, but like I said, storytelling isn't really my forte.
Boo, even Nublet did an interview.
Kenichi the speechless! Kenichi the tongue-tied!
Kill me now.
If you're dead set on doing an interview, why not talk to the Traveler instead?
Back to me again? Ah, of course. That's a brilliant idea. But that also means I need a bit more time to prep. Let me put together a thorough list of interview questions. Sounds like I'm not allowed to refuse. Well, I know I can be persistent, but at the end of the day, it's your call. Anytime, Charlotte girl. I love you. Anyways, I should probably be getting back to work. I also need to go track down a gastronomer and report these increasingly outrageous tabloids. I don't know why I don't know why a how is pixel art. Genuinely don't know. Dragons have never once been prevented in that style. It doesn't exist anywhere else in the world. It's like it's from a different game. Farewell, my friends, until we meet again.
Charlotte never stops, does she?
Nope. Well, hey, I can rest my voice. I can talk normal again.
Just have to ask. That how thing that popped out before, or was it a how? It kind of looked like a how, but at the same time...
Paimon, what are you getting at here? That was clearly a how, and my facial expression should have conveyed that.
Oh, that thing. Yeah, that was a how.
Couldn't you leave him at home?
What's up with him? Like, he's still noisy, but he's way quieter than before. It's like he's trying to hide or something.
Maybe he's not acclimating very well to Fontaine?
Could be.
Not acclimatizing? Aw, poor almighty Dragon Lord is not feeling well.
Yeah, the Natlan cast did crazy hop. Did I pronounce that wrong? Acclimate. Oh, I guess it's not acclimating. Oh, I guess there is a Z in there. Acclimatite? That is so weird.
Too bad he can't come out to argue back.
What do you mean?
There's nothing physically wrong with him. It actually has to do with a strange law we learned about after arriving in Fontaine.
Okay. I didn't raise my questions about this during the live stream because, like, the special program, because I forgot to. Like, I didn't register it. But, like, what? Why is a how being counted as a like flying object like Paimon was in the beginning? And then I guess second question, shouldn't Paimon have to hide now too? Because they're essentially the same?
Apparently, it's forbidden to release flying objects within Fontaine City limits during the first 3 days of each month.
Oh, I get it now, and I'm sure Paimon gets it even better.
Paimon sure does. Paimon's been down this road before. There's an easy solution. As As long as Kaniche holds onto a house tail, he'll be considered an almighty Dragon Lord balloon, not a flying almighty Dragon Lord.
That's hilarious. I want an almighty Dragon Lord balloon. I hate a how, but I want an almighty Dragon Lord balloon.
Not gonna lie, I was considering that. But a How wasn't too thrilled with the idea of huffing and puffing away in the form of a mini helium balloon.
Yeah, Paimon gets the traveler path. I guess Paimon's also more humanoid than a how is. Because, I mean, genuinely, what is this? Quite literally, what?
That said, it's pretty annoying how he keeps randomly popping up all of a sudden. Anyway, this morning I saw a notice outside the Palais Mermonia about an event that's set to take place outside the city soon. Something to do with filmmaking. I hear that's all the rage here.
Oh, God, the Fontanalia Film Festival event was so much fun. God, let me have another. Can we have a year 2 for that event, please? Also, I'll take any chance to have more Xavier. Potentially one of my favorite NPCs. I love my silly director guy. Or I guess he's not a director, he's like a filmmaker. My silly filmmaker guy.
I was planning to stay here and do some exploring for a few extra days anyway, so I think I'll go check it out. It'll be a good chance to let that noisy helium balloon out. He might even learn a thing or two. If you're free,
No,
why don't you come along?
No, don't let him out. Oh my God, you're so right. A how is very, lol random. A ha feels very lol random. But one, no. Nope, not that. This one, thank you. Like that. There we go. Okay, sorry, I wanted to adjust something quick. Sure, always up for a bit of
I
fun.
know where it is, so let me lead the way.
No. I know Fontaine. I know Fontaine better than you. I'll lead the way. This is my city. Okay. Ooh, that's a really fun place. I should have been curious where this event was taking place. I guess I assumed it would probably be like over here-ish or like over here-ish. But I like it being down here. This is where there's 2 gentlemen down here that are fishing. So they may have been. Yeah, damn it. I think the two guys fishing got super murdered when they set up this stage.
Looks like I remembered correctly. Here we are.
Wow, this is awesome! Hard to believe it was just an empty beach before.
Yeah, hard to believe they got this wood and street all the way here.
Yeah, it was still completely deserted only a few days ago when I passed by on my way to testify at the Opera House.
Yeah, funny they managed to get all that wood and street here in quite literally 2 days.
There must be some efficient workers in Fontaine. Quite impressive.
If I was forced to get rid of one element in Genshin, okay, it can't be Hydro because Hydro is in fact my favorite element. If I had a vision, it would be a Hydro vision. Okay, question. Does getting rid of the element also get rid of the Archon? And sub-question, does it also get rid of all the playable characters?
A few days? One night was all it took. Rap-a-tap-tap, ta-da! But is this all it takes to blow people away? Oh, no. Given my past experience, I can't let myself get carried away.
There's something oddly familiar about the way you talk.
Well, I can't believe you actually remember me. It's me, Lepine Pauline. That's right. The unlucky one.
Yeah, she's the one who got super scammed, right? Good to see you again. The prototype lenses have come in handy, by the way. Been keeping yourself busy with some proper work lately? Uh, they're just different elements now. Okay. I like Hydro and Cryo too much. Animo can be really fun. Think it would have to be Geo. Think if I had to get rid of an element, it would have to be Geo. I feel like that's the like typical answer to this question, but it is like Geo needs some sort of revamp because it's like lack of true reaction to any other element outside of like crystallizing really limits the way you can like use it in battle, if that makes sense. So if I did have to get rid of an element, it would be Geo.
Of course! How else would we have managed to build Fantasyland in a single night?
A single night. Again, I question how you got all this stone over here.
Fantasyland?
At least that's how I like to think of it myself. A magical land of fantasy, the stuff of film buffs' dreams.
Oh, it's Farina's little guy. I believe that is Surintenton Chavomarant, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, because Gentilome Usher is the octopus, and then Mademoiselle Crabiletta is obviously the crab.
I know it sounds like I'm laying it on thick, but that really is the goal here.
Sounds fun.
As you can see, the theme of this amusement park is Fontanian filmmaking, a place for all film lovers to come together and co-construct a world of dreams.
That sounds real fun, honestly. I would go. Watch it. Yeah, pretty much it's just magic.
Co-construct? Well, that's a relief. Sounds like you're sharing the cost this time rather than pouring your entire life savings into a single project.
Yeah, don't do that again.
Nope! I might be inviting others to help fund this, but that doesn't mean I haven't thrown all my life savings into it too.
No, girl, we talked about this. Sorry, I still trying to figure out a layout I like with having the chat on the screen. Because really the whole reason I want the chat on the screen is I've discovered that YouTube doesn't back up the chat. And I like to have a record of everything. So it gets to be on screen now. Hi, kitty. Hi. What's going on, kitty cat? I don't think my cat's meows get picked up by the microphone, so it kind of just sounds like I'm crazy. Which, I mean, I am, but like...
Huh? You've got to be kidding.
She's not Paimon, I'm afraid.
Look at you, puny little humans. Recklessly
Aha,
betting
go
your
away.
entire future
Aha,
on
go
some
away.
Stupid vanity. If you're
Oops.
expecting even an ounce of sympathy from the almighty Dragon Lord, dream on. Mockery is all you shall get, straight from the heart.
Me when Ahau. Me when he does anything. Not that face. The one before
Sorry,
it. Hi,
just
kitty.
ignore that little gizmoid. He likes to butt in occasionally. Do go on.
Gizmoid? Who you calling Gizmoid? You're the Gizmoid!
What I wouldn't give to have a character muted.
Wow! That's quite a nifty mecha you've got yourself there. Is it some sort of smart personal assistant? You ought to let Miss Charlotte see your cool gadget. Who knows? Maybe you could even look into mass production.
Oh, she's thinking.
Mass
That's never good.
production? Insolent, vulgar, and disrespectful!
Can you please flick him?
I, the almighty Dragon Lord, am one of a kind! There has never been another like me, nor will there ever be! other thing. Smart is the understatement of the century.
How I think you're overselling yourself.
I shall have you know that I am Kahulahau, forebear of ancient wisdom. I lived for eons long before any of you were born.
What? Heavens above!
No,
Pardon,
don't.
forebear of ancient wisdom. Please, I meant no offense.
You know, as cool as I'm sure human Ahau would be, I think we should just lock him in a box for the rest of forever. I think locking him in a box is the best option.
Idiot meets idiot.
Truly, the battle of the single brain cells.
What's all the fuss?
Oh, Navia!
Making some new friends, are we?
Oh, I love her so much. Also, my cat likes Navia. She just meowed when I said, "Oh, Navia." You're wearing a yellow collar. She's wearing a yellow collar today. She has a yellow bumblebee collar on. Because she keeps losing her collars when she goes off and does chaos. Where do they go? She lost 2 in the span of like 4 days. We found one of them. The other is still missing. Hi, kitty cat. Don't touch the microphone. Don't bump my settings. Fuck, you moved the mic gain. Okay, I just had to adjust something on my mic. Because my cat bumped into it. Please let me know if the audio sounds wonky now. Negative brain cells indeed. What? What's going on, sweetheart? Sorry, one moment. My cat's being insane. I think she wants to leave my room. Do you want to go out? Okay, I'll let you out. You can have chaos outside. We'll see how long it takes for her to come back in. She can open the door. She can come into my room by opening the door. No clue how to close it though. Okay. Oh, I'm so happy Navia's here. I love her so much.
Miss Navia! Allow me to introduce the star behind all the work that's gone into this venue. Miss Navia, president of Fontaine Spina di Rosula.
She's so pretty.
Hello, everyone. Partner, Paimon. How have you been lately?
I love when she calls us partner. It makes me so happy. My trusty partner. Very well. Thanks. Even better now that. Very well, thanks. Even better now that you're here.
Hello there. I'm Kanich.
Don't, Navi, ignore that. No.
What
Keep your
does
ass
that
away from the
mean?
screen.
Useless servants can't even give me a proper introduction.
Kinich, please flick him.
You think someone yelling their name out in the middle of a public street really needs an introduction?
He's not wrong. I caught yours just now, in fact. So, you must be the almighty Dragon Lord, Mr. Ahau. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Take her hand, you dumb ass dragon.
See that? That's what I call proper
No. Go die in the lake. Go for a swim and don't ever come back up. You rude ass dragon. That pissed me off a lot. That made me really mad, actually. Be nice to Navia. She was the only one who was nice to you.
Well, it's not every day you meet a well-mannered human. Navia, was it? Excellent. You may address the almighty Dragon Lord by his name.
Go swimming and never come back.
Navia, don't you think the title Almighty Dragon Lord is a bit silly?
The only almighty dragon lord I know is Nuglet, the sovereign of Hydro. Ahau, go die.
It's no big deal. All little animals do that, don't they? I mean, try to puff themselves up to look more impressive.
A how is totally being treated like a cute, cuddly pet.
Anyway, it's all thanks to Miss Nadia and the Spina di Rosula that Fantasyland's gotten up and running in the space of a single night. Honestly, thank heavens! After all that paperwork and endless waiting, the event and venue finally got the green light.
Oh, girl, don't cry.
I couldn't wait a moment longer. The second the approval came through, I reached out to President Navia, hoping she could lend a hand.
Oh, girl, breathe.
After all,
Don't
who else
cry.
but the Spina di Rosula would indulge such impulsive demands?
Oh, dear.
Sorry, traveler. Miss Lapine Pauline sometimes gets a bit overwhelmed by her own excitement, as you can see.
I can, in fact, see.
I'm guessing she hasn't gone into much detail about the event yet, so let me fill you in.
That would be great.
In short, the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland is a fan convention that's open to film enthusiasts from all over Teyvat. Miss Lapine Pauline is hosting this event and also providing technical support.
Nice.
Huh? Cheval Moran?
That's right. The one and only Surintendant Cheval Moran.
Excavier!
After much persistence and many solicitations, I finally obtained Lady Farina's permission to use the image of her close friend.
Leave Farina alone. Let the girl sleep. Girl needs a nap. I have my Farina plushie now. She was sitting nearby.
Not only is our adorable mascot drawing in fans by the minute,
Vinny and Lynette!
but she's also boosting her own popularity. And that was always the goal. A win-win arrangement.
It's been a while since we last met, but still, it's a surprise to hear Lapine Pauline coming out with such sensible ideas.
Sensible is certainly a word.
By the way, Miss Lapine Pauline, have you decided to switch careers and go into film tech?
Not exactly. By chance, one of the prototype lenses I developed caught a photographer's eye, and it's now being used for the latest cinematic productions.
Ooh.
Thanks to this unexpected opportunity, I've had the chance to invent various film-related equipment and props.
Good for you! That's great!
That's right. So don't underestimate Miss Lapine Pauline, our resident engineer. She's the technical powerhouse at the core of this entire event. As for the Spina di Rosula, we're mainly here to take care of planning, operations, and management.
Ah, so everything
If
else.
I'm feeling inspired to set up a booth, Miss Lapine Pauline and I will provide the necessary technical and operational support once their application has been approved. By the way, traveler, are you at all interested in taking part?
I would love to.
It would be a chance for you to earn some extra income. Plus, with your skills, I'm sure you could bring something special to the table.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
Paimon would be even more tempted if you were to say, throw in one of those fancy feasts she's seen in those gourmet food reels.
Paimon, just be lucky we're back from Natlin. Just be happy about that.
Well, as it happens, that'll be a piece of cake. Everyone needs to eat, whether they be tourists or the stall owners themselves. So thanks to Miss Navia's help, we've managed to invite none other than the celebrity chef, Miss Escoffier, to run our theme restaurant.
Woo!
Look over there!
You! Yes, you! For the last time, the ingredients have to be in the right ratio! Get it right next time, or you might as well just lie down on the chopping board yourself.
Damn, girl.
She seems a bit busy right now.
There's no Natlin and Fontaine except that one.
Well, I'm sold. I think I'll make a How go be her assistant.
Yes, yes. Please, God, yes. Please. Oh my God. I would pay any amount of money to watch Escoffier scream at Kenichi. Not Kenichi. Sorry, I was reading the name on screen. A How. I would pay any amount of money to watch Escoffier scream at a How.
You little... What's your game here?
Getting you murdered.
Demoiselle, Sorry to bother you, but there's an issue over here that requires your personal attention.
I don't know why, but this guy walking me up just reminded me that Silver and Maloof are dead. I will never get over that. I will always cry. There will always be tears every time I remember that they're gone. I sobbed during the 4.2 Archon quest when it was revealed that they didn't survive the flood. Literal tears.
Apologies. Looks like it's back to work with me. Please feel free to take a gander at what we've got. Anyway, if you're interested in taking part, come find me later.
Sure thing. Ooh. Ooh. This is... Hold on, I need a picture of Farina next to this. That... I wish Farina had one of the unique poses from the Imagineering Theater yet. She should get one soon. Woo! That's a really nice picture. Alright. I do want to take a... Navia! Oh! I did not expect this to be an actual cutscene. Or, like, not cutscene, like, story scene. I was expecting just to overhear dialogue.
Ready to join the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland crew?
Yes. I've
No problem.
got a few
We'll
other
be
things in
ready
order
when you
first. I'm concerned that if I do that, they'll take the option to talk to Luffy and Pauline away from me. Let me talk to Scafe
The
first.
fresh vegetables from the new batch are exceptional quality. I just wish I could say the same about the new staff.
Damn, girl. You two okay? You don't look okay. Alright, hi Luffy and Pauline.
Greetings. Apologies if you overheard my harsh words just now, but I assure you it is entirely necessary.
I believe you.
The sheer lack of standards here will be the death of me. Do you have any idea of the kind of customers I'm gonna get with how lax things are at the moment? The ones that leave their guns behind by accident, and then come back to collect them later, bringing ammunition with them.
Holy shit!
Yeah, that's the kind of customer you wouldn't forget in a hurry.
Oh.
Wait, has that happened before?
Oh dear.
No, it's just the mention of guns reminded me. Someone did actually leave their gun nearby.
Yeah?
Huh?
Just before we started setting up, as we were cleaning up the site, someone stumbled upon a mysterious locked box.
Oh god.
It didn't look like something from Fontaine, though. It had more of a Natlanese vibe.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. Why are there guns? Why is there a gun buried on this beach?
Do you think a foreign tourist might have left it behind?
That's what I assumed at first. But the box was buried beneath a pile of wooden planks, rocks,
What?
and whatnot, so it seemed like someone deliberately hid it there. But I didn't see much point in speculating, so the best thing I could think of was to hand it over to the authorities.
Jesus Christ. What's the going on?
I trekked all the way over to the Palais Mermonia just to hand it in.
I trekked all the way to the Palais Mammonia.
Exhausting.
What did the authorities make of it?
Couldn't you take the aqua bus? No, you see, I don't actually use guns. I use pretty swords. But I do bury my swords, so I guess I can't judge.
Oh, they made a mountain out of a as usual.
Wait, hold on. I didn't really register that last one because I was making a joke. You mean the authorities were concerned about you finding a gun in a locked box buried on the beach? I too would be concerned.
Before even addressing the question of what was actually inside the box, they had several heated discussions about whose responsibility it was to write the lost and found notice.
Okay, but have you considered paperwork sucks?
Thankfully, the ever-reliable Officer Sedine stepped up and immediately called in the Marechaussee Phantom to crack the lock and check if there were any dangerous items inside.
Oh, I love Sedine.
And, as it turned out, there was a gun.
Wow, that's a dangerous item, all right.
Yeah.
Mind if I ask what kind of gun it was?
Oh yeah, Mr. Kanich, you're from Natlan, aren't you? Do you know a lot about guns?
I just had like war flashbacks of Chaska's stupid flying gun. And I was gonna make a joke about how I feel like there's plenty of guns in Fontaine for people from there to have an idea about it. But then I just got solely distracted by me remembering the thing I hate most in this whole game, which is that stupid flying gun.
You could say it comes with the job. I have an interest in weaponry and the like.
Such a spoiled brat. What, are the toys I gave you not good enough for you anymore?
Yep, got sick of those long ago.
You little... How dare you turn your nose up at my gifts? Why,
Time for a timeout, old-timer. Sorry, where were we? Oh yeah, do you recall what the gun looked like?
It's a bit hard to describe. If you ask me, it didn't even really look like a gun.
What? No, what are you talking about? That's totally the type of technology we've seen in Genshin before. You have problems with it and the fact that it doesn't look like it's from this game? How silly. I do want to make it abundantly clear I'm being super sarcastic.
Give me a second. I'll knock out a quick sketch.
Show me. Something
like this.
Yeah, that doesn't really look like a gun.
Whoa, it's so neat and precise.
Sketched by a professional engineer, after all.
It's nothing. Sorry. Is something wrong with my drawing? I know it doesn't really look like a gun, but I assure you, this is exactly what it looked like.
I know it doesn't really look like a gun, but I don't really know how to draw guns.
And it certainly could shoot as well, too. I confirmed that with the officer from the Marechaussee Phantom.
No, quite the opposite. The features are very accurate, and it is definitely from Natlan.
Yeah, no, that gun is very Honkai Star Rail-esque. Like... Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can find a picture of this gun quick. Hold on. Or, Honkai Star Rail, a Naxa gun. Yeah, no, Genshin and its 1800s technology up until the point where we were suddenly in space. Okay, hold on. I have a comparison I need to make for the gun. Hold on, I found a picture real easy, luckily. This gun from Natlan, this gun that Kanich just confirmed is from Natlan, reminds me so much of the center part of Anaxa's gun. I don't know why this gun is upside down, but like this part of the gun it reminds me so much of an Axe's gun. Hold on, let me flip this because it's the worst. And then flip vertical. There we go. Yeah, that the gun reminds me a lot of like the center part of this gun.
Please, don't mind me. I'm just taking a moment to admire it.
Hmm? Hmm? Thanks a lot, Lippy and Pauline. I can't wait for the event to get started.
I should be the one thanking you. Thank you, and everyone else for your support.
Within the Xenoblade Chronicles. Yeah, no, an Axe's gun is I really like it. Again, I am not against like futuristic fantasy. I love me some futuristic fantasy. I love Honkai Star Rail. Genshin has just never had that as like part of its pre-established vibe. Like you said, it's always been like very 1800s-esque. I feel like I need to actually sit down and look at like a chart or something. But I feel like specifically the Fontaine dresses are very Edwardian era, I believe. I don't I again I'd have to sit down and actually put thought into it, which I'm going to have to do soon anyways, because I still want to make the video of me explaining what my problem is with the Natlin character design. The problem I keep running into is I don't like writing scripts, like at all. So I think I am instead just gonna try to wing it and like record without a script and then edit that into something salvageable. So we'll have that soon, and I will like legitimately sit down and figure out like which era all the design, like all the characters' outfits would come from in like a real world sense, because I want to say the Fontaine clothing design is specifically very like Edwardian, but I could be mixing that up with a different era. But yeah, no, like Genshin has been very much 1800s esque, maybe like maybe late 1800s, early 1900s if we're really stretching it. But like legitimately, look at Lumine and Paimon next to Kinich. This doesn't look correct. I would legitimately say Kinich is from a different game. Like if I just saw this without context, like if I'm someone who's never played Genshin before and I saw this, I would assume it was a crossover event. Because this just doesn't look like Lippy and Pauline and Lumine and Paimon all look like they're from the same game. Hold on, let me block Kinich for a second here. These three characters look like they're from the same game. It looks like they're all from the same game. But now, say I move out of the way and we have Kinich here. Suddenly, this looks like it's not from the same game. So yeah, I have problems. I could do this. I could do the design discussion as a stream, and then honestly, what I might do, I might maybe this could be Monday's stream because I don't have anything for Monday because the third part of this event releases on Tuesday. It's the event released Friday. Will be releasing Friday, Sunday, and Tuesday. So I don't have anything for Monday. So I was just gonna take the day off. But honestly, what I might do now that you bring up potentially doing it as a stream, I feel like we could sit down on Monday and just have it where, like, I kind of script write, but on stream. That way, like, I feel double productive, and that'll make the ADHD go burr and feel good. So that might be what I do. Honestly, that might be Monday stream. That could be fun. And then I also have people to bounce my ideas off of instead of it being buried down in my head. And I'm bouncing it off myself, and all the voices in my head are arguing about the ideas. Definitely helps to put it out there. That'll probably be what I do on Monday. We can look at tons of historical fashion, and I can rant about stats.
Don't mention it. Besides, we haven't really done anything.
Yeah, the event just started, girl. You can save the praise for later.
Not at all! The buzz and excitement you guys bring is exactly what this event needs! Oh dear, I'm starting to feel a bit guilty watching everyone else toil away. Guess it's about time I got back to work too. But just before I go, one last thing. Traveler, it's wonderful to see you. Here's to a successful collaboration!
I want everything to go well for you. It seems like Kenichi has something to say. Let's go find a quiet spot. After saying goodbye to Lippy and Pauline, you and
I'm sure
Kenichi
you
find somewhere
noticed that
quiet
there
to
was
talk.
something unusual about that gun.
The fact that it looks like this gun. Look. Girl, I am not lying. Girl, you will not make me lie to this man's face. It looks futuristic.
Correct. It's most likely an old weapon dug up from some
Futuristic.
ancient dragon ruins. Based on my experience, it might be more accurate to refer to it as a hand cannon. But in Fontaine terms, it's not wrong to call it a gun. Given why I came here, don't you think it's curious that an ancient dragon relic of unknown origin would turn up like this, out of the blue? I suspect this gun might have something to do with that smuggling case. It might have slipped through the cracks.
Yeah, no, like... Do not call that gun... Do not call that gun ancient to my face.
Time is of the essence, so I'd like to head over to the Palais Mermonia to verify my suspicions.
I think I'll join you. And plus, like, I know the people there. We go way back.
Perfect. Then we can head out right away. Or, if you want to catch up with your friends first, I can wait.
Okay, now we go talk to Navi. Hello, Navia.
Traveler, it's you! Ready to join the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland crew?
Yes. This time I'm ready. Let's do this.
It's time, dear partner and Paimon, for us to turn our attention to the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland.
Dear partner and Paimon.
As I mentioned, the park was started up by enthusiasts who brought in the Spina di Rosula to handle the planning, construction, and operations.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, enthusiasts aren't typically all-around experts. They usually stick to designing the event booths. We, for our part, handle long-term operations and develop standardized strategy guides for the different activities.
Long-term operations? Strategy? It all sounds so complicated. We spend most of our time adventuring, and we barely have any experience running a stall. Do you think we can handle this?
Wait, hold on. And if that sounds too complicated, Paimon, I think we'll be able to handle it. We've done plenty of big business
That's
ourselves.
more like it. You've seen it all before, haven't you, partner? I'd even go as far as to say you've shaped some of Tevat's biggest business ventures.
Have we? Wait. I don't, I'm not... As much as I seem like a catalog of things that happen in this game, I'm not a catalog of things that happened in this game. I have a very niche interest. I could probably tell you most things about Fontaine, but I start blanking as soon as we get out of Fontaine. I know we had the potion event in Mondstadt, but that's the only, like, business-esque one I can remember.
Anyway, first things first.
Am I
Let's get an overview
forgetting
of how
when
the
we
whole
helped
festival's gonna be run.
businesses? Yep. Oh, oh, blubber beasts. Using the seahorse as the mascot was such a good idea.
As
Ooh.
you can see, our fantasy land's a bit like a sugar-free macaron right now. Several areas are still under construction.
Mm-hmm.
The Spina's only been able to hire a limited number of craftsmen.
One moment.
Besides, we don't have enough
Kitty.
experience to handle multiple projects simultaneously. That's why I chose to adopt a time slot-based planning method, so we can focus on specific tasks during each designated period.
Okay.
Upgrading facilities, expanding the venue, hiring staff. All of this requires funds and time slots to accomplish.
Okay.
So, it's our job to allocate precious time slots in each
I
business
love
cycle to the
management
most
sims.
worthwhile tasks.
I love management sims.
As we attract more guests and earn money to add to our funds, we'll also be able to work more efficiently.
No, Kitty, not on the keyboard.
Which will allow us to divide each cycle into finer time slots, which will let us get more done.
Okay.
So we'll be limited in the decisions we can make and tasks we can
Okay, I
focus
understand,
on
Paimon.
within
You don't have to
each period.
reiterate it.
Which means we have to use our limited actions and Mora to earn even more Mora.
Yep.
Kinda like playing chess or cards then. Cooking up a strategy in advance is gonna be key.
Alright, we will do that later. I want to finish I want to finish the, like, story stuff first. Sounds right up my alley.
Come on, we
I
can do
love
this.
management sims. Hi, kitty cat.
You mentioned standardized strategy guides just now. Does that mean there are non-standard ways to take part too?
I love my kitty. She's so cute. I wish she would stay still, so then I could get cute pictures of her for share with you guys, but she does not stop moving. She's like simultaneously the most yes, capitalism, the event. My cat is simultaneously the most photogenic cat ever and the least photogenic cat ever. Cause she's gorgeous and her eyes are gorgeous and she like glows in the sun. But she always looks vaguely drunk when we take pictures of her.
If we're not careful, some visitors might
Why are your
wander off
whiskers
and
wet?
end up getting in trouble.
Why are your whiskers? Where did you go?
And others might pick up dangerous props by mistake. To avoid confusion, we need to
Where
create
did you
a
go?
standardized strategy guide for each activity. Just think of it like a walkthrough.
Okay. I see. You want me to be your playtester.
Wow, if we're the first ones to test out the activities, who knows what surprises there could be waiting for us?
Yeah, all my homies hate Paul. Kitty cat. Kitty, stay off the keyboard.
But if we hit a tough spot, we'll just have to rely on our skills to carry us through.
Hopefully it goes without saying that I'd never put you in danger, partner. I carefully checked all the existing activities before you arrived, and I can assure you that they're all
Aww.
perfectly safe.
Thank you, Navia.
I also wanted you to experience the activities before anyone else gets to. It'll be fun. Plus, we'd like to hear your thoughts and suggestions.
Oh, I'm so excited for this.
Oh, those are two things Navia is best at. Making people feel safe and having fun.
Great! Well, I can't wait to hear what you think. Your input is super important to us. Alright then. Let's start with eclectic escapades.
Oh, no. I want to go finish the story. No, I'll do this later. Okay. Okay. I do plan on doing. Oh, I love having that on the map. I do plan on probably doing the like actual event mini games on stream as well. I do just want to finish the finish the story first.
Oh, man.
I do like Aoife's voice too. I don't think I've talked about it yet, but I do like his voice. And I love when characters get scars. I love characters with scars.
Bro!
Please never call me that again, Auroron.
Are you mimicking me? Now's not the time. Come on.
No, I mean, one of our buddies is here, for real. Quite a few of them, actually.
Never call me bro again, Auroron. I will actually kick you off a cliff. You will be removed from the the characters I like list.
Auroron, Aoife, what brings you to
Kitty,
Fontaine?
what are you doing? Oh, you fell. Why did you fall? What are you doing? You chaotic ass cat. What are you doing? She's going in a circle. She's jumping up next to my desk, walking across my keyboard, jumping down or falling, and then repeating. What the fuck, cat?
Huh? How come you're... Ah, I'm guessing Kenichi's here because of that international smuggling case, right? I've heard
Aoife
quite
has
bit
a
about
very
that.
pretty design.
Word sure gets around quickly, huh?
First time abroad and you're already making headlines.
Yeah, the Natlan characters wanted to see if the grass is truly greener on the other side, and it was in fact greener on the other side. Also, specifically, hold on, I'm going big screen for this. Specifically addressing the people who have said that the reason that no one's ever talked about Xilonen and her incredible craftsmanship abilities before is because people from Natlan can't leave Natlan. What is this? What is this? We got 3 Natlan characters in Fontaine. What do you mean the Natlan characters can't leave Natlan? They're right here. Also, people can still enter Natlan. There should be zero reason. We've heard zero mention of Xilonen and her apparently godlike craftsmanship before. Don't give me that bullshit.
Oh, stop it. It's not like I was the center of attention.
Wasn't expecting to see the Traveler and Paimon here too, though.
I'm always here.
Come on, Aoife.
Wait, why are we come oning Aoife? Wait.
Wasn't expecting to see the Traveler and Paimon here too, though.
Wait. Is this the autism? Why are we come oning Aoife? What did he do wrong? Wait. Wait. Wait, I really don't understand what is like what happened?
Huh?
No, that's me too, Aoife. Glad we're both confused why Auroron is apparently upset.
A traveler, by definition, is someone who travels around.
Oh. Oh, I mean, okay. I guess. I could be traveling in Mondstadt.
Fair point. Anyway, back on topic. Wait a second. I lost my train of thought.
Oh god,
What are we talking about again?
Aoife is me. Aoife is me. That's me when streaming. Hey, I didn't give them permission to put me in this game. I didn't allow for that.
Why, you're all here, of course.
For
Fork a
vegetables.
cuckoo.
I'll go first. It's for the Chevrolamine Film Fantasyland. Wait, is that right?
It's Cheval Moran.
Ah, right. I keep stumbling over that one. Guess I owe Cheval Moran an apology, even if she's not here.
It's okay.
Anyway, long story short, the festival restaurant urgently needed fresh vegetables from Natland, which is why Aoife and I are here.
So,
Mhm.
you guys are vegetable couriers?
I mean, Auroron grows vegetables, and Aoife is his friend, so he was helping out. I don't see what's confusing about this, Paimon.
He is. I'm just here as a responsible adult.
Oh my god. Aoife said someone needs to keep an eye on Auroron, and it's gonna have to be me.
It's his first time traveling so far away from home, and all the elders in his tribe were worried. So they had me come along.
Even though it's your first time, too.
Right, but they still picked me to accompany you. You gotta wonder why that might be.
There's subtext here, but I can't pick up on it.
Don't you get it? They all just saw how
Oh,
overworked you were.
thank you
so
for
they used
explaining
it
the
as an
subtext
excuse
to me,
send you
Auroron.
off on a vacation.
Um, the Natlan characters can't leave Natlan thing. It was a few months ago. I want to say a few months ago. I don't 100% remember. People were saying that I'm not super familiar with Natlan's lore, like legitimately, so I'm not sure if this is true or not. But people were saying that the reason that nobody had ever heard about like how incredible of a craftsman Xilonen is was because the Natlan characters, like the people from Natlan, couldn't leave Natlan, and that's why we've never seen them in any other regions before this. Like before we got to Natlan, we'd never seen any NPCs in any of the regions, and that was because they couldn't leave Natlan or something. And that's why no one had ever heard about how Xylonen's able to make stuff like motorcycles and flying guns and DJ equipment and roller skates. And people were using that to like try to get people to stop criticizing the craftsmanship and Xilonen being this miracle crafter. But yeah, so that's what I was addressing there.
Wait, what? So I'm getting the grandson treatment now too?
I have zero clue where they got that from. Legitimately could not tell you. Can we not give Aoife the grandson treatment, and can we take the grandson treatment away from Auroron?
See? Doesn't matter how much older you are than this dude. Hang out with him long enough, and you'll eventually find yourself being treated like a kid.
Again, Auroron's like at least 21. That's not a kid. That is a full-grown adult. Please stop infantilizing my son. Or I guess son isn't the right word in this situation. I just get protective over characters, and then I resort to adopting them. Do not infantilize him. This is a full-ass man.
Meaning everyone looks after you. What's so bad about that?
I don't think you realize the horrendous implications of your relationship with Sitlali or Auroron.
In theory, nothing at all. In that case, guess I better start over. Hi, guys. My name's Aoife, and I just turned 5.
I love Aoife. Nice to meet you, little bro.
Paimon's not sure who the responsible adult is anymore.
Me. Yeah. Can you Vladimiriously please rescue Auroron from his horrendous grandmother?
So, what about Kakuku?
Yeah, where's your annoying bird?
If he was here, we'd be making more of a ruckus than we already are.
It's so funny that they napped Kukuku.
That's exactly what's got me worried.
Aoife, there's nothing to worry about. You're a big boy. You can handle yourself now even without Kakuku.
Oh my god.
You think that's what I'm worried about? Anyway, my priority right now is Kakuku. Suffice it to say, Kakuku's in big doo-doo.
Never say that sentence again, Aoife.
How so? could he even get himself into?
Let me guess. Did he get caught out by the law on flying objects?
That's
Oh,
hilarious.
you too?
Not me. How?
Oh, that pesky little chatterbox. So that's why he hasn't interrupted us this whole time. Guess he's too scared to show his face.
Yeah, luckily there's guards literally right behind us, so he can't talk.
That, plus he's already spouted enough nonsense for one day.
Oh,
So
thank
I
goodness.
put him on mute until tomorrow.
Thank goodness.
Nice one. If I was even half as decisive as you are, I would have kept a closer hold on Kakuku so he didn't get a chance to go flying off.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. A lot of the Natlin models do look like VTuber models, derogatory. Never seen a VTuber model before. What? This conversation isn't at all awkward. No, but I totally understand what you're saying about them looking like some of the less refined VTuber models I've seen. Because there certainly are some iffy VTuber models out there. I guess that's what flying objects
Oh
do.
no, bro.
Paimon, never say that again.
Did Kakuku get caught by the guards for flying around?
Just say he's a balloon.
If they had managed that, we'd at least be able to track him down. But when the guards started chasing him, Kakuku flew into that building next door.
Oh no, that's the Palais Mammonia.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was a high-stakes pursuit going down in there as we speak. Just like one of those cool crime movies.
Ooh.
Which building?
Okay, Paimon, shut the fuck up. There is one building over here, and it's big as fuck. You should more so be asking which section of this big ass building.
That one?
Yup, that's the one. Kakuku sure has a good eye for a getaway. It's the tallest building around. I may be able to fly up pretty high, but checking every last window would still take quite a while.
Oh, and then you'd be a flying object.
As for Aoife, well, let's just say he's not flying anywhere without a Saurian. Sorry about that.
Not like it's my fault, though. You don't have to apologize on my behalf.
Kitty.
Wait a sec. What's this got to do with how high you can fly? Kakuku's got himself into a real mess here. Like a panicked animal running straight into a trap. It's pretty worrying. I'm starting to picture him flapping through a barrage of gunfire while important documents are flying about left, right, and center.
That is a hilarious visual. Someone animate that.
Heck yeah!
I might animate
If
that. I
anyone
probably
can
won't,
pull it
but I
off,
might.
it's Kakuku. He's always been such an awesome Saurus.
Never say
I
that
believe in
again.
him.
In other words, right now, in this building, the Palais Mammonia, there could be not one awesome Saurus, but two. Yeah, there is a different dragon in there as well.
For real now? Do you even hear yourself, bro?
Never say that again. I really hope, and I know it won't happen, but I really hope that, like, whenever we get to the point where we get to talk to Nublat and Riosli, and, well, they're with Kakuku, Paimon just because she lacks a filter, she's just like, oh my god, Nublat! Now there's two dragons here! And Riosli doesn't question it at all. Give us the breadcrumbs, Hoyo, please.
Of course.
This is what
I'm
I pay you
real.
for.
I never make light of something like that.
Alright! Everyone's an awesome Saurus! Well, the human version. But our priority right now should be to go in there and check up on Kakuku.
As it happens, Kenichi and I were just heading over to the Palais Mammonia for something
Leave
else.
it to us.
You sure? Wow, awesome. That'll be a huge help.
Yeah, I have zero clue. I don't think any other Genshin characters have ever said bro or anything like that. Please remind me if I'm forgetting something, but I don't think I've ever heard bro uttered in Genshin
And if
Impact.
Kukuku doesn't listen to you, I give you permission to pull out a couple of his feathers.
Wait, since when was that up to you?
Well, then it's your call, bro.
Hold on 1 second. I decided to keep my earrings in tonight while I'm streaming. Or like I normally, because I wear my headphones on only one ear, so I like still have an idea of how loud I'm being because I don't like yelling. Uh, but so I normally have to take one earring out because otherwise it stabs into my head from the like pressure of my headphones. But I kept them in tonight because my new earrings weren't feeling very stabby, but I guess after an hour and a half my ear is starting to hurt. Ito might have said bro. But to be fair, I also have a lot of problems with Ito and how he feels. Slightly anachristic. I don't think I've ever had to pronounce that word out loud before, so I have no clue how. But I do in fact have problems with Ito as well. And how some of his dialogue occasionally comes off as not fitting, but because it was just one character, I let it slide. But when it's a whole region of them, it becomes a little obvious that there's something up.
All right then. If Kakuku doesn't listen to you, I also give you permission to pull out a couple of his feathers.
Okay, can we please not pull out feathers from this bird? This is giving me flashback to my Sunday headcanons.
There you go. If he objects to that, tell him to come find us.
I don't hate Ito. I get annoyed by him very easily because he's very loud. And I very much have sensory problems. And so the near it's not even so much my sensory problems actually for this one. It's just I get really like overwhelmed by Ito and his whole personality. So I don't hate him. I do get a little annoyed with him. My problem more so comes in with like I do think he says bro the more I'm thinking about it, but like my problem more comes in with like how sometimes his dialogue feels anachristic and like he says stuff like bro, which like feels very out of place for Genshin Impact. But again, I was willing to like be fine with it and let it slide because it was just one character. But now that it's multiple, it's annoying me a little bit.
He won't. Trust me.
Like it just doesn't feel like it like the type of dialogue just doesn't feel like it fits. Outside of that though, I really like Aoife.
Back when we first met Kukuku in the wild and I begged you to take him under your wing, I never imagined you'd end up spoiling him rotten.
Aw, that's sweet.
And I never imagined you'd be nagging me about it.
Oh, well, I definitely saw that coming.
Huh?
You're only 5 years old after all.
Oh my god. Okay, can we drop this bit? Is as the lead judge on the Court of Funny, I rule that this bit will in fact end you in prison. All my bits though. I'm absolved of all my bits. So I could listen, how the Court of Funny works is you can do anything and claim it's for a bit, but then like let's say you commit murder for the bit. You then have to go to court for that, and if the Court of Funny decides that your bit was funny enough, you get absconded of all your crimes.
Nothing new there.
Excuse
The
me.
first few days of every month are always noisy. What's all that commotion? Are they arguing in there?
These are strange sounds coming from... Okay, it's gone. Hi, Fadine. 1 moment, my cat opened my door. Yeah, no, Aoife and Auroron should kiss. There are strange sounds coming from the Neuvlette's office. Do you think we should go in and check on him? You know, if Neuvlet and Riosli are in there, maybe we should not question strange sounds coming from the office. I think we should probably leave them to their I think we should probably leave them to their own devices while they're in there. Probably, Sadine, you at least make sure you wait out here. Look at them! Oh, I'm so excited. They're here! Hold on, I need a drink of water. I must...
No way, bro!
I must drink water for Neuvlet. Drink water, it's good for you. Delicious. Kakuku, a young Quakosaurus and an assistant to Aoife, who is also a Sornor vet in his own right. He's responsible for listening to their Saurian patients and translating what they say. Allegedly, he has quite the understanding of human language and enjoys imitating Aoife's speech mannerisms. In any event, if you talk to him enough, he's sure to end up viewing you as his bro. Never make me say that again. Genshin Impact. It's Neuvlet. Look at him.
Did he say he came from Natlan?
Oh, and they're both voiced. Yes. The husbands are back together and they're voiced. I made my Rylette plushies kiss. I am like a child with dolls and I make them kiss.
No.
Get out of here!
No.
I can understand his words, just not what they mean.
There's two hilarious implications for the sentence. Neuvlet is unable to understand like new aged speak, which is hilarious. Second option, he's understanding his Kakuku's like dragon words, but he's like just doesn't know what they mean because they're like different types of dragons. They went from one pile of nonsense to another.
Oh no.
For real now? Hi, Kukuku.
He keeps repeating the same things over and over again.
I just realized, I feel like, okay, there's two reasons behind Riosli being here. Either A, Neuvlet specifically called for him when Kukuku showed up, and Neuvlet realized he needed help, so he specifically called for Riosli, and not, like, any other person. Or B, Riosli was already in the office with Neuvlet when Kukuku showed up. Which then I question, what you doing here, Riosli?
Oh, you know one another.
Yep. Don't make me say either of these sentences, Genshin Impact. Don't make me say this is an unfair choice. I'm just...
He's a friend. Yeah. A Saurian
I'm
friend
pretending I
with
didn't click
friend.
anything there. Yeah, no, I raised my eyebrow at you, Neuvlet and Riosli. And it's like the Vine boom and the rainbow flag popping up.
Great. Well, that was easy. Looks like we've tracked down the owner.
Nice and simple.
Guess that's one less lost and found notice for you to write, Monsieur Neuvlet.
I love that so much. Also, Riosli said Neuvlet's name the right way. Some of the Fontaine characters say his name is Nervalet, which is straight up just not correct. So I'm so happy Riosley is saying it correctly. I'm just so happy they're here.
Traveler, was there something important you wanted to discuss with the Udex?
No, you guys can keep having whatever conversation you were having.
I'm just about done with my business here. Need me to step out?
I would never force you from stopping talking to your husband.
Stay and hear them out first. Perhaps it will have some bearing on your own work.
Newflet does not want his husband to leave. Yeah, that's mean. Making me say bro any number of times is just mean.
If I'm not mistaken, you are the same Mr. Kanich who served as a witness in the smuggling trial? I take it there's been a further development in the case.
That's right. Very perceptive, Mr. Udex.
So you've met Nervalet before? What was it that
No,
trial was
Paimon.
seen by another judge?
What was I just saying? What did I just say? What did I just say?
So you've met Nervalet before? What was it that trial overseen by another judge?
Guess that's one less lost and found notice for you to write, Monsieur Neuvillette.
One of those pronunciations was correct. The other was not. This one is not.
I've seen his photo in the papers. But as for this other gentleman...
That is Neuvlet's husband. Also the warden of the Fortress of Mirapede.
Allow me to introduce you to Mr. Risley, administrator of the Fortress of Mirapede. Or in layman's terms, Fontaine's prison warden.
Neuvlet's out! Hold on.
Allow me to introduce you to Mr. Risley, administrator of the Fortress of Mirapede. Or in layman's terms, Fontaine's prison warden.
Neuvlet sounds so happy introducing Riosley to them. Oh my god. Oh, I love the Riolet event.
Please, feel free to share anything about the case. There's no need to keep anything from him.
One of the pronunciations was correct. The other one was Paimon. Paimon, go wait outside. Paimon, if you can't talk correctly, you can go sit on the bench outside. Go talk to Sadine.
Pleasure to meet you.
There's no need to keep anything from Riosley. Oh, I love them so much. I miss them so much. I say as if I don't think about them every single day.
Pleasure to meet you.
Wow, that sounded just like me.
Oh, Riosley, you taught him a new sentence.
But should we really discuss official business in front of the Saurian?
Oh, wow. Oh, no.
I believe he said, or rather, I suppose he meant, that he'll keep this to himself.
Okay, so Neuvlet did mean that he has a further understanding of Kukuku's words beyond just, like, Kukuku parroting things Aoife says. And he's freely talking about that right in front of Riosley. Riosley so knows this man is a dragon.
Though I should mention, Mr. Kukuku, that we will have to ask you to sign a confidentiality agreement.
Aww.
Sure thing, bro.
This is all a bit strange, but they really are a great pair of awesome Sarai. Paimon, blurt it out, please.
Let us return to the matter at hand.
No.
Mr. Kanich, was there something else you wanted to discuss relating to the case?
Yes. Let me fill you in.
Kinich tells Neuvlet and Riosley about Lepine Pauline finding the gun. Neuvlet makes an inquiry with the relevant personnel, and sure enough, they locate the box and the gun Lepine Pauline spoke of. Let's see this horrendous gun.
Wow. It really is exactly like Lepine Pauline's sketch. That must be all that practice drawing engineering blueprints, huh?
I wish I was even joking about this. Ah, wrong button. Hold on. I wonder if I can... Oh, you go. I rest my case.
So, if it's true that this weapon came into Fontaine alongside the contraband from the smuggling case, then there's a high chance we overlooked a suspect.
Potentially, yes.
That's exactly my line of thought.
That is. Oh my god, it does look like something straight out of Legend of Zelda. Oh my god, you're so correct.
I see. Mr. Kanich, thank you for reporting this promptly. I'll arrange for the Marachose Phantom to investigate right away. We should begin by questioning the prisoners in custody.
Ugh. Niblet's eyes are so pretty. I love his entire character design, but his eyes are so pretty. I remember when we first just had the Fontaine trailer, I got so fixated on his eyes because they looked so like unique. And I ended up crafting this whole big theory about him being a dragon and then about him being the Hydro Dragon after 4.0 was released. And then I was right. I remember being at dinner and I'm talking to my mom and her boyfriend about it. And I'm just going on and on and on as I'm talking about all my theories about what New Blood is. And then lo and behold, a month later, I was proved correct.
Wrightsley. Wrightsley. Wrightsley.
The way he says Riosley's name is so soft. I love them.
I'll sign off on the interrogation request. Don't you worry.
Zero question. They're both just ready. Ready. Oh, I love them so much. I love them so much I don't have words.
That would be much appreciated.
It's lucky that the Palais Mermonia wasn't scheduled to release any public bulletins today, and that this Guns Lost and Found notice hasn't been written up yet. In other words, the news hasn't leaked.
Good.
I'll be staying in Fontaine for the time being. If there's any progress in the investigation or you need my help, feel free to reach out anytime.
That goes for me, too.
Yep, we were just about to go help out with Lapine Pauline's convention. If there's any news, we'll keep you all posted.
Marvelous. Thank you all. Well then, all that's left is to...
You miss me, bro?
He really does come out with the most unexpected things.
That's certainly one way to put it, Riosley.
Who did he learn it all from?
A couple of... Nope. No. Making me say the sentence should be illegal.
Huh. Well, it's pretty extraordinary.
Anyway, according to due process, we must first determine whether Mr. Kakuku qualifies as a flying object. And, following on from our conversation just now, he also needs to sign a confidentiality agreement.
I love that Newblet's 100% committed to making the bird sign a confidentiality agreement.
Drafting said agreement may take some time.
Looks like you'll be staying with us for a while then, Kakuku. Excited?
Us. I like that Riosley uses us. They're parenting the bird. Dude, oh. Every couple of weeks I consider drawing the Ponyo AU for New Blood and Riosley. And then I forget and get distracted by something else, but I should draw Violet Ponyo AU. I might do that. I legitimately might. Like, this one isn't even a joke. I legitimately might draw that. I just have so much other stuff I should be doing, and then I just don't do it because everything else seems more fun. I can pass the message on to his friends.
That would save us a lot of trouble. Many thanks.
Don't mention
All right
it.
then, we'd better get going. No need to see us off.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait. Family, hold on. I need to take a family picture. No, Ponyo AU works so... Farina, stand up. Stand up. Stand up. No, Ponyo AU works so well for them because they really are just Ponyo's parents, just in a different font, aren't they? Oh, I feel like I feel like it fits pretty well. Ryosuke can be pretty silly sometimes, I feel.
I know you mentioned a while back that people from Nadland would soon start showing up all over the world. But I hadn't expected anything like this.
It seems no matter where they come from, all dragons are inquisitive by nature.
Okay, I know this isn't like straight up confirmation that Ryosuke knows Nuvolet's identity or anything, but like this is confirmation that Ryosuke knows Nuvolet's identity, right?
You can say that again, bro.
This is
The
confirmation,
same
right?
might well be said for humankind. The real reason you chose to stay to investigate this case was your curiosity about Natlan and Mr. Kukuku, was it not?
No, it's because he wants to spend time with you.
Guilty as charged. Nothing gets past you. So, how about we take this opportunity to chat a little more? We've got the world's best translator on hand, after all.
Okay, this is confirmation, right? Yeah, no, it legitimately comes off as the traveler being like, "Hey, warning to everyone! I'm gonna release the Natlin people on you soon." Okay, but this sentence right here is straight up confirmation that that Ryosuke knows Nuvolet's identity, right? Like, okay, but the freedom, like when Nuvolet's very like, well, he doesn't ever straight up like. God, I hate words. Words are so hard. Like, Nuvolet is normally a little more cagey about his true identity, yeah? He's and discussions about like dragons and everything. But like he's just straight up talking so casually about it with Ryosuke. And Ryosuke like joking that Nuvolet is the world's best dragon translator. He so knows. It's not a secret between these two.
Sure thing, bro.
Just admit they're gay, Hoyoverse. Alright. Oh my god, I love the sentence I fillied too close to the sun. I'm gonna use that from now on. Alright, guys, we found your little guy.
Etho, we found Kukuku.
What's the situation? How bad is it?
He's being tried for murder. Kukuku murdered 80 men. They're in critical condition. Or Kukuku murdered 80 men and injured 60. They're all in critical condition. They don't think they're gonna survive. He's gonna be tried for murder. He's probably gonna end up in the Fortress of Meropide. Also, wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. Where did... Wait. Which button is... Hold on, sorry, there we are. My shoulder cat disappeared. I have no idea where it went. I think my cat stepped on the hotkey that hides it. So I've got some good news and bad news.
Oh no.
Kukuku's dead.
When I saw that Kukuku wasn't with you, I'd already prepared myself for the worst.
It's not good, Aoife. He killed 80 and 60 are in critical condition.
Relax, Aoife. Maybe Kakuku just prefers high-rise living now.
Kukuku met another dragon and they're chatting it up.
Sometimes you just have to let the kids grow up and make their own choices in life.
Okay, I was just berating Nuvlet and Riosley for being gay and saying Hoiver should just say they're gay and let them kiss. But now you two need to kiss. Y'all are literally talking like your parents.
For real now? Do you even hear yourself, bro?
You're making us sound real gay, bro.
It's not that bad.
They're literally two bros chilling in the hot tub, 5 feet apart because they're not gay. That's literally these two.
Kukuku's fine. Still very much alive and kicking for starters.
Yeah, he kicked 80.
He hasn't been arrested either, so no jail time.
Kenichi's lying to you. Even had an interesting chat with some veritable VIPs.
See?
You're not exactly reassuring me here.
As for the bad news, well, it's really not that bad. Kukuku accidentally overheard some top secret stuff, so he has to stay at the Palais Marmonia for a while to sign a confidentiality agreement.
Yeah.
But there's no need to worry. The person in charge of looking after Kukuku is super nice, so he'll be absolutely fine.
You'll just have to wait a little bit longer.
All right. That doesn't sound too bad after all. Wow, hearing that's put my mind to rest.
I'm glad.
But based on my understanding of how things work here, the ban on flying objects should be over by the time Kakuku actually gets out.
It's just 3 days.
What a shame. Oh well, I guess we'll just have to go have some fun without him.
You don't look disappointed in the slightest.
Ah, hold on. I dropped my new flat plushie.
Anyway, Auroron and I will be staying in guest rooms upstairs at the Hotel de Boer for the time being. Feel free to drop by if you need us.
All right. That's how that sentence says.
Let's catch up another day.
It just says all right. There is no other words in that sentence. Hey! We finished part 1 in less than 2 hours. That's good time for us. Event time. Let's head to the Palais. I also, again, tonight, I have my Nuvlet and Riosley plushes with me. Right here to hold and protect. Also Farina. Okay. Oh, Kenichi's already here. Why is my microphone sitting so far from me? It doesn't normally do that.
Hey everyone, we're here!
We've returned!
Oh, hey, my little dudes! Good morning!
Oh, I forgot how much I hated this. Morning, little guy.
Wow, Kukuku's learned a new greeting!
Yay!
Is that good news or bad news, though?
Sorry, I did everything within my power. But so far, I've only managed to teach him how to say good morning.
Aw, that's sweet.
Wait, so that's all you've been up to this whole time? Get out of here!
I think I mean no.
Huh? Okay, so good mornings aside, please tell Paimon there's been some other progress too.
They taught Kukuku more words. I think that's a lot of progress, Paimon.
Of course. That's why I'm here. Kukuku's not the only one that Mr. Risley's been getting to talk. I'm referring, of course, to the convicts.
Ooh.
It was nothing. These guys weren't exactly tough nuts to crack.
Ooh.
So, what's the deal?
After racking their brains, they remembered speaking to an inconspicuous middle-aged man just as they were preparing to pack up and leave Natland.
Hmm.
He was dressed in the manner of the Children of Echoes and carrying a box. Plus, the description matches the one the gun was found in. All in all, he didn't look any different from your average Natlanese traveler.
Okay, so sorry, we're 10 minutes into the stream and I'm already starting my Natlan hate. So travel has been a well-established thing outside of Natlan for enough time for there to be an average for it. So then why does no one outside of Natlan know about Jalonin? I'm going to scream.
Perhaps seeing that they were dressed as merchants, this man stopped for a chat, inquiring where their goods were headed, and even asking if they could share a boat.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
The smugglers were very cautious.
Okay.
They didn't tell him any specifics.
I'm sure they didn't.
But all this happened before I crossed paths with them. I happened to notice them as they were preparing to set sail. I thought they looked shady, so I snuck aboard, and ended up being carried along all the way to Fontaine.
Okay. Series of Whirling Waltz, Act 2. A series of twists and turns. Oh, God. No, go away, Aha. Oh, no, I don't want to do this. I don't want this. What did I do to deserve this?
Boss, do we know if those Fontainians will even like this stuff? What if we can't shift it?
And that's why we call you a rookie. It's all supply and demand, kid. Supply and demand. Natlan's foreign trade is just starting to lift off. There'll be a market for it, you'll see.
That's right. So stop giving the boss trouble, rookie. Just do your job and keep an eye on the goods.
Are they merchants? Have they come to Fontaine to do business? Scarred face. Calloused hands. On closer inspection, the fabric looks worn at the knees and elbows, and his fingernails are dirty. Not exactly your typical merchant. Could he have previously been a warrior? Or even an adventurer? Something feels off. I'd better sneak up and get a closer look.
Oh.
Nice thinking, boss. This tourist tub's been fast-going and smooth sailing. Plus, no one's been asking us what we're up to.
Okay.
That goes without saying. Big cargo ship would have been too slow, whereas the smaller ones would have been faster but way too bumpy. If we ended up damaging the goods by accident, all these months spent grafting away would have gone up in smoke.
Seriously? But there's hardly anything here. Would it really have taken them months to prepare? And why would they need to transport it with such care?
What were they smuggling? Now I'm curious.
Precious items out of Natlan? I'll need to find a way to get to the bottom of this.
Ooh, find a way to create a diversion. So, wait, where do we need to investigate? Oh, over there. So, what if I throw... I wanted to make a splash in the water, but okay.
Let's go hear what these criminals have to say for themselves. Sure enough, there are relics inside the box. It's illegal.
What was that sound?
Oops.
Boss, do we know if those Fontainians will even like this stuff?
Oh.
What if we can't shift it?
I guess I failed.
And that's why we call you a rookie.
That's right.
Are they merchants?
I guess I failed.
They come to Scarred face. On closer inspect, could he have previously... Something feels off.
I guess I failed.
Nice thinking, boss. This tourist tub's been fast going and smooth sailing. Plus, no one's been asking us what we're up to.
That goes without saying. Big cargo ship would have been too slow, whereas the smaller ones would have been faster but way too bumpy. If we ended up damaging the goods by accident, all these months spent grafting away
Something
would have gone up in smoke.
fragile.
Seriously? But there's
What
hardly
could they
anything
be
here.
doing? What could they
Would it
be
really have
smuggling
taken them
that's
months to prepare?
fragile?
And why
I
would
guess
they need to
relics,
transport it
probably?
with such care? Could they be secretly smuggling precious items out of Natlan? I'll need to find a way to get to the bottom of this.
Okay, let's try this again.
Let's go hear what these criminals have to say for themselves.
Okay.
Sure enough, there are relics inside the box. It's illegal to smuggle such items outside Natlan.
Okay, relics.
Hey, why the long face? You're abroad.
I didn't think they could see me over there.
I guess you're right. I was just worried I might have messed up with the packing, or that something's gonna go wrong along the way.
Oh, pull yourself together. Tons of foreign tourists come traveling to Fontaine. I bet their luggage is full of all kinds of weird stuff.
Probably not ancient relics.
If someone insists on checking it all, just show them the purchase order we had drawn up. Those Fontainians can't get enough of their legalese, so I've heard. They can look all they want.
Aha. So their aim is to smuggle in contraband after all. Looks like I've gathered enough intel about the smugglers and their contraband. Time to inform port security.
Okay. And at least there was no aha. That would have been horrid.
So anyway, that was when I went and told the Fontainian guards about my suspicions. After an investigation and a chase, they finally apprehended them and sent them on their way.
Okay.
Well, guess they're headed exactly where they should be.
Good job, Kanich.
Thanks.
Based on your recollections just now.
I was completely focused on those smugglers at the time, so I wasn't really paying attention to other passersby.
That's only natural. Don't worry about it.
Kanich, you did great!
In other words, the person who brought the gun here, the one who lost it, has no connection to the smugglers whatsoever. They were working entirely on their own.
Oh dear, oh dear!
Took the words right out of my mouth, Kukuku.
Sounds like Mr. Kukuku wants to chime in.
He said this elusive individual's actions are positively mystifying.
You could get all that from oh dear, oh dear.
It's a good observation. I quite agree. However, we still know next to nothing about the person. Perhaps we should start by focusing on the lost item itself.
Ah, yes, the gun, not gun. Oh, okay. Let's see. A lost object that was picked up, the box buried amongst junk, came from ancient Natlanese dragon ruins. Or sorry, it came from futuristic Natlanese dragon ruins. Let's start with this one. Doesn't seem like an accident. No, as if someone left it there on purpose. Wait. Why would someone just leave such a valuable antique out in the middle of nowhere? Is the plan for someone to come pick it up? A genuine treasure lost by the roadside, yet it still remains unreported and unclaimed. This This is a relic left behind by Natlan's ancient dragon civilizations. It's a genuine antique, so it must be of great value. Bait?
It certainly seems like it was the bait in some kind of trap. The only question is, why wasn't the bait made more conspicuous?
I guess I would have a different question, Teach. I would ask why haven't they acted on the bait yet? Why has there been no attempt to frame Looking Pauline, one of the other people working on the event, or us for having it? Why have they not acted on that bait yet? Because I don't think it being obvious really is like any doubt. They wanted someone to pick it up and find it.
Has something sprung to mind?
Do share.
I just remembered a film I watched this one time.
Oh, yes?
Huh? Oh, wow! No way, bro!
Hold on, let me explain. Just now, the traveler speculated that this box might have been placed there on purpose.
Rylette movie date.
Was for someone to come pick it up.
I've read a fic like that.
Got me thinking about when they demand their ransom.
No.
The kidnappers tell the victim's family to leave money or valuables at a designated spot for someone to come pick up.
It's
Just now, the traveler speculated that this box might have been placed there on purpose, as if the intention was for someone to come pick it up. That got me thinking about those films about kidnapping cases.
Okay.
That doesn't merely happen in films. There have been similar cases in real life.
Yeah.
In fact, if anything, it's probably the real-life events that inspired the films.
Most likely.
Sounds plausible.
Wait. This raises the stakes to a whole new level. If the gun really was some kind of ransom, then since we took the box, the kidnappers never got their payment, so does that mean they executed the hostage?
Hi, Mom. Stay calm. You haven't heard of any missing people.
I agree. I don't believe we have a kidnapping on our hands. Selling off stolen goods is extra work that most kidnappers would want to avoid. Unless they're after something very specific, they tend to just ask for cash.
Yeah.
Could we be dealing with a kidnapper who's dead set on getting their hands on an ancient dragon handgun? It's not impossible, but the likelihood is very slim. We can discount that possibility for now. And speaking of selling stolen goods, don't you think this looks more like a transaction?
A bit, yeah. About the seller. The gun was placed in a locked box and hidden away. Clearly, the seller wanted to keep their identity secret. After receiving the instructions, the buyer would have gone to the designated spot with the money to pick up the goods. To ensure they actually got paid, the seller would have likely been watching the buyer about the goods. Before the buyer could show up, Lupine Pauline found the goods by chance while setting up the event venue. About the incomplete transaction. Due to the unexpected arrival of Film Fantasyland, the deal had to be called off. Okay.
So, bottom line, this was an individual smuggler at work.
I don't know if it's as simple as smuggling.
Exactly. And it was the location itself that caused the deal to fall through. The last thing they would have expected was for a quiet beach to turn into a bustling film convention overnight.
Yeah.
Not only is the area now packed with tourists, but the Spina di Rosula have a presence
Yeah.
there. I'll bet that both parties were completely caught off guard.
Yeah, I don't think anyone would want to do potentially illegal activities when the Spina di Rosula is like right there. Great job, Lupine Pauline.
That sounds like a plausible theory, but how do we verify it?
That is the question.
Looks like your people better start rolling up their sleeves.
How so?
Easy. Just follow the usual procedure by putting up a lost and found notice.
Oh. And then if someone comes forward, we got one of our parties.
The more routine we make it seem, the more likely the suspect will come forward to claim it.
Oh,
Even if they send
I
a
just
proxy, we're
hit my
liable to get our
microphone.
hands on new leads.
Yeah.
And timing-wise, it's about time we updated the bulletin board anyway.
Why is Ryosli involved in updating the bulletin board? God, they're so married couple.
All we need now is a lucky gestionnaire to write up the notice for us post-haste.
The poor questionnaires.
Ah, so that's what you meant by rolling up their sleeves.
I love Waltz.
In that case, I may as well write it myself.
Oh, that works.
Delegating this to someone else would require an additional explanation.
That would also... Yeah.
Or are you just not used to asking others to work overtime?
Aww.
Is that really a major concern here?
I love New Flat.
Well, looks like I won't be needed around here. At least until the notice has been posted.
I'll stay, though.
You could always wait here if you like. The Palais Mermonia serves a particularly fine cup of tea, if that swings it for you.
I wonder who influenced that decision.
Thanks, but no thanks. I left a very noisy creature with a friend before heading out, so I should probably get back to feed it.
Oh, now I definitely want to remain here. I don't want to see it. Uh-huh.
I wasn't aware that you had a pet, Mr. Kanich. Speaking of pets...
I don't think a cuckoo's quite a pet.
Yep, that's the plan. Out of here, indeed.
I believe that what Ridesley is trying to say is, you are free to leave, Mr. Kukuku. Furthermore, it has been determined that Mr. Kukuku should not, in fact, be classified as a flying object. As such, he shall be free to move around Fontaine
that makes sense.
whenever he so pleases.
You're the best, bro.
Aw. I hate the addition of bro, but the rest of that sentence was sweet.
Oh, that really is good news. Travelers, should we bring Kukuku back to Aoife and Auroran?
No, I want to stay here.
I shall leave him in your capable hands.
Let's keep in touch.
Indeed.
You know, all this has made me realize that I'd quite like to have a pet.
Yeah?
If that proves inconvenient within the fortress of Meripede, perhaps you should consider finding a place in the court of Fontaine.
I'm sorry. Hold on. I have to screenshot this gay-ass line to send to my friend. Wait, hold on.
That actually sounds like a good idea.
Did Newflat just straight up ask Ryosli to move in with him?
In the past, I always dismissed the idea of buying a property in the city. The prophecy about the floods meant it never seemed like a worthwhile investment. But now...
This might be a good time for you to re-examine the documents I gave you regarding your title as Duke.
Huh?
Citizens with honorary titles are eligible for certain benefits when purchasing property in the court of Fontaine.
Oh. Or you guys could just move in together.
Really? How about this? You read through your documents from start to finish, while I write up the lost and found notice.
Okay, wait, hold on. I have to send the screenshot of that gay-ass line to my best friend. She doesn't play Genshin, but I keep her updated on the gay-ass shit Violet has going on. Okay. Okay, back to the chaos. Okay, let's go find Aoife and Auroran. This one right here. One moment, apologies. Oh. All my, like, nothing's working good tonight. There we go. Okay. It should be fixed now. Oh, wrong way. I have my crystal fly trap over there. So every time I teleport to this waypoint, I'm used to running down over by the crystal fly trap. Oh, how no.
How?
What? What now?
Let's shake hands.
Fine by me. Get ready for a knuckle sandwich!
Ugh.
Oh, nice dodge.
Paimon feels strangely inclined to keep a safe distance.
Probably a good idea.
You miss me, bro?
Cuckoo, you're free!
Ugh, not you again. Nope, didn't miss you in the slightest.
Hey, other granny.
Don't call me that. Don't lump me in the same category as Sitlolly. Oh no! You missed Rylette. You missed their first appearance in this chapter. Also, hold on. I took a screenshot of it to send to my friend. So let me put the images of the conversation in here. But Nuvlet basically asked Riosli to move in with him. If this proves inconvenient within the Fortress of Meripede, perhaps you should consider finding a place within the Court of Fontaine. And then, nope, not that one. I have to click the right. We should get to see Rylette again soon, though, hopefully. Then Riosli's like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Gay ass shit.
And hey, Paimon and Kanich. It's good to see you all. Thanks for bringing Kukuku back.
Get it away! Get it away from me!
You did miss the gave, unfortunately. Kukuku get closer to Aha. This is funny.
Nice to meet you, bro. Who are you calling bro? Say that again to my face.
The single time I enjoy any character in this game saying bro. Say it again, Kukuku.
If you've got the energy to argue this much, you're clearly not hungry yet. Let's go find something to eat while Ahau lives his best life.
Oh no, Aha's crying. Sounds good to me.
Poor Ahau. He spent all day being tormented by Auroron, only to discover that the suffering's just begun.
Aoife, as a Saurian vet, how can you just sit back and watch our little dragon bro suffer?
Never say that again, Auroron.
Huh? How am I the bad guy?
Even hear yourself?
Kukuku's really growing on me.
Doesn't anyone want to hear how Kukuku got out of jail?
Kukuku was never in jail, even though he murdered 80 people. Amidst the racket, you briefly explain what happened with Kukuku to Ipa and Auroron. Hearing that Kukuku now has permission to move around freely, Aha's face goes even redder than before. Yeah, no, Kanich is like the strongest warrior, apparently, for putting up with Ahau for as long as he has.
By the same standard, you have freedom of movement now too. You're still in the game?
Same standard? I will not be held to the same standard as that thing!
That's right. You won't. As far as I understand, the Palais Mermonia will want to assess your case on its own merits before they grant you freedom of movement.
Oh, I love torturing the little pixelated dragon. Kakuka's really growing on me in this quest.
Where's that saurian meat restaurant again? I'm gonna march that little pink balloon right into the kitchen.
How don't you dare? Kikuku is firmly on a more enjoyed character for me than you are. Do not test me.
Yeah, good luck with that, bro. You'll be putting your own neck on the line, too.
Also, there's no such restaurant.
Anyway, thanks for looking after a how, guys. I'll take over from here.
Why, you?
Oh wow. One Kikuku delivered as promised. Looks like we've managed to swap Saurians too.
Between the two, Kakuku wins the cuteness competition hands down.
Oh, for sure. Oh yeah, you also missed, I guess, event lore important stuff of like, we think that the gun was being used as like they were doing a deal with the gun or something. I don't know, it's just focusing on the gay people. Well, Pine Mountain wins my cuteness competition.
Really? Thanks! Wait, who are the other contestants, though?
I was assuming Kukuku and Ahao. I think Ahao is a 3D model that looks like pixel art. But I'd have to get another look at him. Here, hold on. Character archives. Let me see. Show me your idol animation. Because I think it's a 3D model, but I'm not 100% sure. Come on, idol already. Yes, it's a 3D model that looks like pixel art.
So now that our crew's back together again, what's our next move? Oh, how about a game of rock, paper, scissors?
What does that have to do with Kukuku being back, Auroron?
No chance. If I lose, we'll end up stuck in the room watching films all over again.
Films are fun, though.
Nope. This time, we'll only watch a film if I lose instead.
Had enough too, huh?
For real now? Come on, bro.
Can we just ditch this whole leaving it all to chance thing? Why don't we take our fate into our own hands?
Yeah, no, Kukuku is very much a 3D model that is meant to look like pixel art. I don't know if I'd like him more or less if he was actually pixel art.
Aren't we doing that already? Rock, paper, scissors uses our hands.
I love you, Auroron. Never change.
Don't know why you're laughing. You're stuck with paper every time.
Oh, how kind of has the opposite going on of what my model does. My model's 2D art trying to look 3D, and his model is 3D art trying to look 2D. It's really funny, actually. God, I hate comparing myself to the stupid dragon. Wait until between 8 and 10 the next day. Sun charm. Yeah, I adore pixel art personally. I love pixel art. So I do think I'd really enjoy. I'm sure someone's actually. Oh, hey, we get to go see the gays again.
To see if anyone shows up to claim it.
We get to go see the gays again. That's fun. Yeah, no, I genuinely love pixel art. I'm sure someone has drawn a how in actual pixel art. But I do feel like there would be like a layer of like further cuteness or like you said, charm to him actually being a 3D model. Oh wait, no, it's not. I was like, ooh, we're getting to go into a new room in the palais, but no, it's I'm just blind. The gay people are back. See, you didn't miss them too much. They're back.
Huh, looks like there were quite a few others with the same idea.
Paimon, I think Riosley's been living in this office alongside Nuvlet for the past 3 days.
Hello, you two.
Have there been any developments? Okay, guess not. Well, the notice was only just posted. Guess it's pretty unlikely that someone would show up right at...
And now they burst through the door.
Patrol, open up.
Ah! Who's there? What's going on? The Special Patrol?
That's like what Chevreuse is part of, right?
I don't think that's who this is.
Yeah, I don't feel like that's actually the Special Patrol. Someone's knocking at the door. Please, anything but the Special Patrol.
Time for silly jokes. Let's go check it out.
Shit, they're here to arrest me for all the crime I've committed. But they can't do that because I said it was a bit. The guard from the Palais Memonia. Oh.
Good day, all. Gramps,
No.
grannies, aunts, and uncles.
Aurora, never speak again. I take psychic damage every time Natlin does anything. Oh, that's another thing you missed. I made it 10 minutes into the stream without Natlin bashing. Without bashing Natlin at all.
What in the Tevet are you doing here, Auroran?
Wait, now I'm curious. It was,
Special Patrol, open up.
Oh, that is Auroran's voice, isn't it?
Oh, he must be the one you mentioned. Kukuku's owner?
Close. Essentially. Kukuku's second owner.
One of his owners. Kind of.
Exactly. Listen, it's a lot like you and Nublet, they're gay.
But, bro, what are you doing here?
Paimon, never talk again.
I'm here to claim a lost item.
I can't tell if he's being deadpan or deadly serious.
Is this the person you saw on the boat, Mr. Kinich?
Somehow I highly doubt that. For starters, he just addressed us as Gramps and Grannies. And unless this is the youngest looking middle-aged man in the world, I don't think he's our guy.
Okay, fully shoot me in the head here if I am firmly stretching this. Yeah, no, let's let the granny thing be trauma. Let that be a trauma reaction. Fully shoot me in the head here if I am like stretching. But like God, I'm trying to figure out how to fucking phrase a sentence. I hate talking. Can this sentence be read as Riosley confirming he's older than like middle-aged? Can old man Riosley finally be canon? Can my silly math board, my silly post I made, God, that was probably like a year ago, stating the reasons why I think Riosley's like almost 50. Can that finally be canon now, please? I'm not saying this sentence. I'm not speaking this sentence aloud. I apologize for Auroran bursting in like this.
Huh. Was there something wrong with my door-knocking etiquette?
Wait, what do I mean? I didn't read that sentence differently than it was written. that was exactly. I'm sorry. I apologize for Auroran busting in like that. That was the whole that was the correct sentence. I didn't change anything about that sentence. I promise.
That's not door-knocking etiquette. That's the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol doing their job.
Okay.
Different things.
Okay, so like, can we all now collectively acknowledge as a group how like fucked up Sitlali's being his grandmother has just fucked Auroran up so much? Can we all collectively admit this now and stop liking her? Yeah. From Admittedly, I have not played Sitlolly's story quest because I genuinely do not think the Primos are worth it. This is a situation where I don't think the Primo Gems are worth it. So I haven't really seen Auroron interact with, like, many other people, but yeah, most of the time if he's talking to someone older than him, he'll refer to them as either, like, grandma or grandpa or, like, something like that, or an aunt or uncle, and it's, like, a little concerning. Can we now all as a fandom collectively address that Sitlolly really fucked this man up? No, this man was not properly socialized.
Oh, I see. I figured it was just a polite way of requesting entry to show the people inside you had something important to discuss.
Sweet boy, these are your new fathers. They're here to adopt you. I'll go grab the paperwork. You don't need to ever go back to Sitlolly and her horrible grandparenting again. You can just stay here where it's safe.
Oh, sorry about that. I totally goofed that one up. Give me a moment. I'll go back out and try again.
Okay, also though, as someone who is autistic, Auroron's autistic. I'm claiming this one. This is, like, I have such a hard time on, like, figuring out how to properly, like, speak to people. Like, anytime I intro videos or my stream, I'm just like, hello, I don't know what to do now. What does to start conversation? But, like, so if I did something like this, I would totally be like, okay, I have to leave the room and come back in so I can start on a good foot. No need, Auroron. Let's just get down to business.
So, Auroron, you said you were here to claim a lost item. What did you lose?
Yeah, no, Auroron being like, vaguely autistic coded really makes the way Sitlolly treat him feel so much worse. 'Cause, like, I don't know, that just makes it so much worse in my mind. It's like, dude, she really took this super vulnerable child and fucked him up so bad by just being in his life and not properly taking care of him. God, I hate her so much.
Yeah, so basically.
Ron, is this your gun? Ron carefully describes the lost item he's come to claim. It's the gun.
For real now? Oh, come on, bro.
Is arresting Auroron what it's come to?
Auroron, be honest now. Were you the one who lost this?
No, it belongs to a friend.
Aoife?
So it belongs to Aoife?
Of course not. Aoife has his own gun.
This is literally me in a conversation. I didn't. Yeah, no. Someone write a fic about Rylad adopting Aoife, because God, I need not Aoife. Auroron. God, there's too many words in my head. I hate talking. No, I would 100% read a 15,000 words, 10 chapters, whatever, fic of Rylad adopting Auroron and giving him a happy life. But this sentence is so funny to me because it's something I'd legitimately 100% say myself. Like, no, of course not. That person has their own thing of this. Auroron, tell us the truth. Otherwise, we're gonna have to rescue for real.
All right then. I knew this wouldn't go well.
Is it Kakuku's gun?
So here's what went down. This morning, Eve and I were playing rock, paper, scissors. Before long, he'd lost, as he usually does. So we figured we'd head out and visit some of the Cour de Fontaine's famous landmarks.
That's so fair. I too refuse to look at Natlin lore for Actually, no, that's unfortunately not true. I unfortunately look at Natlin lore so I can further criticize it. I potentially spend too much time staring at Natlin lore. But then I immediately, like, black out and wake up and remember none of it. Like, legitimately, anytime I've posted, like, rants about something in Natlin, I legitimately do not remember writing any of that. I send myself messages on Discord to remember stuff. And I have a message in my Discord that it just says, all it says is, none of this was worth it, me to all of Natlin. I have no idea when I wrote that. I have zero memory of that. But I apparently did at some point because it's there.
When we got near the plaza, a man
Okay, hold on.
suddenly
I'm
stopped
taking a
us
drink
to
of
ask for
water.
help. He said that he had lost something and that someone had found it and sent it over to the Palais Mermonia. But apparently he used to work here and was worried it'd be awkward bumping into his old coworkers, so he asked us to pretend to be the owners and claim it on his behalf.
Yeah, no, my brain is just straight up repressing Natlin.
You didn't manage to keep that pretense up for long.
It's fine. I'm not the one who feels awkward anyway.
So, a former employee of the Palais Mermonia. Was this individual a Fontaine native?
Yes, at least I assume so. He looked like a well-dressed gentleman to me.
Okay.
We were about to refuse, but he was so polite.
Could it have been a disguise?
Maybe it's the person who was meant to pick up the gun.
Oh no. Auroran, Paimon thinks you've been tricked. This person might be in cahoots with the bad guys.
I love how Paimon said, "Oh no," there.
Oh no. Auroran. Oh, maybe he already took off and escaped as soon as your mission went pear-shaped.
But he wouldn't know that it went bad, right? Because unless Xilonen managed to invent magic microphones and Auroran's wearing one and the guy's wearing an earpiece and because like if he's nervous about bumping into his old coworkers, if that's the story he's going with, he wouldn't just be standing outside. He'd be like in the back of like hiding around back of the Palais.
No way. I'm not that dumb.
Huh?
He's not going anywhere. Aoife and Kakuku are keeping an eye on him over at the plaza.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Smart thinking, Auroran.
Keeping an eye on him. I like the sound of that.
Nicely done.
In that case, let's hurry over to where Aoife is. Time to catch that con man and find out what's really going on here.
Wait a minute, I have a question first.
Yes.
Traveler, Paimon. You're pretty famous in Natlan, right?
Unfortunately.
Oh, we're basically household names. But why do you ask?
Would that be a problem?
Remember when I said that the seller might be watching in secret?
If so, then picking Auroran to do their dirty work was a careless mistake on their part.
Yeah, actual modern day motorcycle. Straight up real life motorcycle.
It suggests that the person who got Auroran to claim the item might not be fully in the know themselves. There are plenty of unanswered questions, but standing around racking our brains won't help. However, I still suggest that the famous faces among us, meaning the Traveler and Kinich, oh, and of course, Monsieur Nivelette too, stay here for the time being.
The way Rios said Nuvelette's name there made me so happy. I don't know why. I love them. Rios is like, must protect dragon husband.
We'll empty the box, give it to Auroran, and then he can claim the item as if nothing happened. I'll follow to check if anyone is watching. I doubt anyone would recognize me anyway, so I shouldn't draw too much attention.
Being low-key has its advantages.
I think this plan is worth a try. I shall leave it to the pair of you.
So, I have to go undercover again, right?
Auroran, baby, sweetheart, just act as if nothing happened. Just as if you walked in here, got the gun, and walked out.
Well, not exactly undercover. Just drop the special patrol persona and be yourself instead.
Roger that. Over and out.
Nope. Auroran. No, not. No, Auroran, stop. Alrighty. Let's see who this person is. Hmm.
No sign of any suspicious individuals around here.
Hey, don't give me a
Aurora rented the
trial,
elevator as planned.
Ryosley.
I'll head over to the plaza now.
Well, then I want to look at this trial build. Oh, they've got cash flow. And C3, damn. I'm jealous. I want C3, Ryosley.
Auroran's taking the elevator. I should take a different route to the plaza.
Should I jump off the bridge? There's not another way down from up here. Which... Also, this is a real good way to miss any suspicious person tailing Auroran. Oh god, Kukuku and Aoife are terrorizing this man. Okay. Keep your eyes out for anyone suspicious. If you see someone suspicious, let me know. Okay.
Nothing suspicious going on here either. Strange. Maybe we're overthinking this?
I don't think so. You cuckoo, stop attacking this man. Or maybe keep doing it. It depends on which is funnier.
Stop with the pecking! Stop with the pecking!
Oh, Jesus Christ, what is this name? Argentinu? Argentinu? I'm curious what that name means. Hold on, I'm gonna Google it. If I may spoil myself with this, when playing Ryosley's story quest, I googled Dugier's name and what it meant because I was like, this is an interesting name. I wonder what it means. What does the name? And Dugier means like dark river, I believe. And I'm like, okay, cool. So this guy is evil. ArgenteuA. Argenteu mean. What does the rent? What does the French name Argenteu mean? This name does not exist. This name apparently is not a name. Google could not tell me what this name was.
Please, sir, I'm begging you, do me a favor and get this pet of yours under control.
Oh, he sounds evil. Okay. Oh, Kukuku's gonna murder you.
Sorry, but he's not my pet. He's my coworker. And I should warn you, he's not too happy with how you're talking about him.
What the? This thing has a job? So in that land, they just dish out jobs to any old thing.
I'm gonna kick you in the face.
Uh-oh. Kukuku's not too big on being called a thing either.
What is
You're
that?
on your own now.
real subtle, Ryosley. What's that thing on his belt?
I'm sorry. Please, Mr. Kukuku.
Master Kukuku, Lord Kukuku, I meant no offense, I promise.
All right, Kukuku, that'll do for now. Let me ask him some questions first.
Sure thing, bro.
Auroron actually looks pretty serious this time. Was he just pretending to be clueless earlier? Interesting. Think I'll sit back and see how this plays out.
I love Rio Flea.
You actually got it? Wow, didn't think it would be that easy.
Ah, excellent. Looks like sending you was the right approach after all.
You sound evil, my guy.
After all?
I mean, because the staff at the Palais Mermonia don't recognize you, right?
You really suck at being evil.
So I got it, but I don't remember promising I'd hand it over.
Oh.
Huh?
This thing's pretty cool. I've taken a bit of a liking to it.
Mine now.
Please don't do this, my good sir, my master, my lord. My very life hangs in the balance.
Jesus Christ, dude.
His life hangs in the balance?
If this means so much to you, what are you gonna offer me in return?
Are you trying to get him to save my life?
Yeah, no, maybe we should go stand in an alleyway or something while we discuss this thing that means his life is hanging in the balance.
How'd you know that?
Because I watched that film with you.
Oh my god, I love
You
Auroron.
should drop the act. We don't want a real misunderstanding in our hands.
You're probably right. But honestly, I don't know what else to say. Sorry, this is the most myself I can be. Is that enough?
Oh my god. Auroron! Auroron, no! Auroron! Auroron! Auroron, you're supposed to pretend Rio Sleep's not there! Auroron, no!
Enough. More than enough.
Auroron, stop!
Who's this dude?
Just think of me as a staff member from the Palais Mermonia. Now, if you don't mind, I have some questions for this gentleman about that life or death treasure you were just discussing. Truthful answers appreciated, of course.
Yeah, are we sure we still want to discuss this in the middle of the plaza? Should we go stand in an alley or something?
Oh no, I'm toast now.
What do you do?
What's that supposed to mean? You don't think the Palais Mermonia has the ability to protect our citizens?
No, I mean, yes, of course they do. Please ask away.
I could do
What
that.
is going on?
But I'd rather you just tell the whole story from the beginning.
I suppose I only have myself to blame. Such a rare antique, I couldn't resist. I'm a collector of antiques. Nothing excites me more than rare, old relics, and to be completely honest, if someone's selling, I'm buying. I don't care to ask where they sourced their goods.
Okay.
As for the seller of this particular item, well, I've never met him in person. We've had some prior dealings, but always under the cover of coded ads in some shady tabloids. Lost and found notices, missing person ads, that sort of thing.
Wait, God, what were the ads that the tabloids that Charlotte and Kaniche were discussing yesterday? It was one of them was about a Saurian meat restaurant. One of them was about Newlet being stabbed. What was the first one? Oh, I can't remember. Maybe we can still I sound so horrible saying this, but maybe Newlet can still get stabbed.
as long as I took care to hide a time and place somewhere within the text. Then
Yeah,
slip
something
some
about
Laura into the envelope before submitting the ad.
it was
It would
about
get published. And that was that. No fuss, no trace. Simple, right?
it was about ancient Rumarian relics because I was talking about how I wanted more Rumeria lore. It was an ad. It was a report about ancient Rumarian relics being discovered. So ancient Rumarian relics, a Saurian meat restaurant, and then Nublet being stabbed. This definitely fits the line of relics. And calling them Rumarian relics could definitely throw off like the sense of it being from Natlin. Maybe we can still get Nublet stabbed.
Normally, everything goes off without a hitch. But this time, I arrive at the pickup spot expecting a discreet in and out, and instead, I find a whole construction crew at work.
Yeah.
That was not what we'd agreed. But I couldn't just let it go, so I reached out to him again the same way as usual. He replied, and do you know what he said? He told me that the item's now in the Palais Mermonia.
How did he know it was already in the Palais? Wait. No, because we just put the lost and found report up this morning. How did he know it went to the Palais? Unless he watched P and Pauline find it and have her mention she's going to take it there. Oh, it could be someone working within the Palais or like with connections to people inside the Palais.
Well, he wasn't lying about that.
We have a mole.
He insisted that it would be inconvenient for him to make an appearance himself, but said that if I could somehow find a way to retrieve it from the Palais, he'd give me a discount on the price. Of course, it wasn't the discount that swung it. Do I look like I'm strapped for cash?
Not particularly.
Feeling smug now, are we?
Feeling smug now, are we?
Oh, Kukuku has a new word.
No, please go easy on me.
Kukuku, kick his ass.
Go on.
Where was I? Well, anyway,
Riosley and Kukuku are playing good cop, bad cop.
Came from Natlan. It would make more sense if I could find someone from there to go retrieve it. And by a stroke of complete and utter coincidence, I just so happened to see these two young folks wandering around, so I'm so very sorry. I underestimated the pair of you.
I need you to clear something up for me. You haven't paid the seller yet, correct? And yet he told you to collect the item from the Palais Mermonia. Was he not worried that you just split afterwards?
Well, to be honest, though I can't claim to know him very well, he, on the other hand, seems to know my name and where I live.
Jesus Christ, why would you still be doing business with him?
Besides, this is a guy who managed to get his hands on an ancient Natlanese weapon. That's probably not the kind of person I want to double-cross.
I mean, fair.
That makes sense. So, Mr.
Oh yeah, say your name so I know how to say it.
Please, just call me Argento.
Argento. Your name does not exist, apparently.
All right, Mr.
I checked.
Argento. Listen very carefully to what I'm about to say. It will determine how much of the rest of your life you'll be spending beneath the waves.
What does he mean? Is he gonna drown him just like they do in those gangster films?
Oh, Roron.
Oh, I get it. He's talking about that place at the bottom of the Fontanian Sea.
I like that with Aoife's like face model. He just constantly looks done.
Can it? Owing to your suspected involvement in the illicit trade of Natlanese relics, you're now one of the suspects in an international smuggling case.
Ooh.
A trip to the Opera Epiclese seems unavoidable at this stage, but on the bright side, you still have one chance to make things right.
Okay. Do I really? Please tell me what to do.
I'm just saying, I would not complain about being handcuffed by Riosley. I'm just saying.
It's very simple. Just reach out to your seller in the same way as usual, arrange to meet, bring the money, and make the deal. Just be sure to let me know all the details. I'm talking time, place, the whole lot.
How do we know the seller's not watching right now, though? How do we know that that's not the seller?
If we can catch the other party by doing this, you'll have gone some way toward redeeming yourself. Understand?
Oh, I see. I understand. You shall
I
have
think
my
this is what
full
we
and
call a plea
unadulterated
deal.
cooperation.
I will gladly wait in. I will gladly wait in line for Riosley.
Good. Don't break the law, and don't even think about making a run for it. The Palais Mermonia will be watching you and ensuring your safety. All right, take the box, but leave your ID and other documents behind. You can go now. As for you two, protocol dictates that I should take you both back to the Palais and have you sign a confidentiality agreement. But that would take a lot of time and effort.
I don't want to do that.
Such a hassle, bro.
See, Mr. Kakuku knows exactly where I'm coming from. So, I was thinking, since you're all friends of the Traveler...
I understand, sir. We got dragged into this by accident, and it has diddly squat to do with us. And out of respect for the Traveler, we won't say another word.
Oh, I know this part. We better keep our mouths shut, or we'll both be sleeping with the fishes in the tailor-made pair of cement shoes.
Hold on. I need to listen to that again. The voice acting was incredible.
Oh, I know this part. We better keep our mouths shut, or we'll both be sleeping with the fishes in the tailor-made pair of cement shoes.
I love Aruron.
In that case, I understand completely.
I love him.
Not exactly what I was going for, but if that's how you want to understand it, then be my guest. Then it's settled. Thanks for your help.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Boy, am I glad that's over. That's enough work for one day. Time to head back.
Okay, I'm gonna be reading way too into this line, but I like that Riosley's like, oh, that's enough work today. All right, time to go back to Nublet. To where I will objectively have to do more work. Time to go see husband. I love how much Nublet and Riosley we're getting in this one.
Ah, Riosley's back!
Where's Nublet? Wait, where did he go?
Judging by your expression, it must be good news, huh?
It went smoothly, on the whole.
Riosley recounts what happened. It all makes perfect sense, but somehow Riosley has glossed over a lot of the bro talk. Me too, Riosley. Me too.
So basically, we hold off until Argento and the other party have set up the next stage of the transaction. Then we plan our next move.
Patience will be key.
I get that. It's like hunting. I'm just not sure the other party will take the bait so easily.
Well, if he didn't need the money, or if he valued self-preservation over making a profit, he could have walked away as soon as the contraband was brought to the Palais Mermonia. On top of that, although he hasn't shown his face yet, he seems to have no followers or accomplices, and he's relying on an extremely limited set of options to push the deal along.
Oh, it 100% was.
So, if you ask me, he seems like someone who cares a lot about his image and has a somewhat high opinion of himself, but lacks any real ability. I almost get the feeling that if he misses out on this opportunity, he won't have any other way of making money. His every move is like a spin of the roulette wheel, hoping that the ball will land exactly where he wants it to.
I have a hair in my face.
Or, I don't know. Maybe he'll cut his losses and vanish into thin air, and our efforts will have been in vain. At least Natlan will get the stolen relic back, so it won't have been for nothing.
Fontaine doing what the British Museum cannot.
In that case, let's hope his arrogance stays in play.
Everyone, I have just briefed the Morishose Phantom on the situation. As soon as there are any further developments, we will act without delay. When that time comes, we will be relying on your help.
Leave it to us.
We'll be waiting for the good news.
Hey! Whirling Waltz, Act 2 complete. Nice. Okay, what gay-ass shit are you two gonna say this time?
On the topic of kidnapping cases,
Mm-hmm.
how exactly do we define the subject of a kidnapping? According to the regulations, I mean.
One party is unlawfully taken from one place to another by a second party?
Aside from humans, do pets count? What about sentient non-human beings?
Oh, pets? Yes. Objects? No, that's theft.
Of course, melazines go without saying, but what about a being like a cuckoo?
The dollars go without saying.
I am surprised that you are unfamiliar with the legal provisions on this matter.
If I knew all the laws like the back of my hand, I wouldn't have ended up in the Fortress of Meripede, would I?
Realsly, you ended up in the Fortress of Meripede for murdering your foster parents because they were quite literally selling children on the black market. I don't think the law could have helped, knowing the laws could have helped much there.
That is no laughing matter, Risley.
You just said don't make jokes about your trauma. Fucking gay-ass bitches. Oh. Ah, this event is so good. The price of every price. A message arrives from the Palais Mammonia. Seems like it's time to make a move. Well, I suppose we should go to the quest. Wait until the morning of the day after tomorrow. Okay. So, wait. This is tomorrow. This is the day after tomorrow. That's the morning. We'll do, like, 8. Fast forwarding time and Genshin Impact takes so long. Okay.
Novelette sent someone to contact us this morning. That
Who?
must mean there's
Where?
some
Where are
progress.
they?
No time to waste. Let's head out.
Alright, go to the area near the Palais Mammonia. You mean the area in front of the Palais? No, they're right here. It's outside in the middle of the street, the place we really want to talk about
Everyone,
this
we're not late, are we?
smuggling event.
No, you're just in time. Well rested, I trust?
Staying busy keeps you sharp.
A great way to stay energetic, certainly.
Have you all started preparing?
We received word from Mr. Argenteau yesterday, confirming the time and location of the transaction.
Alright.
It'll take place this afternoon, and it turns out it'll be somewhere we all know pretty well, too. The Film Fantasyland restaurant.
Why the restaurant?
Oh, really? Huh. He sure does like that place.
But
Seems like you share our concerns, Traveler.
Indeed. Capturing someone in a crowded event venue will be much more challenging than in an open area.
yeah. It would make sense why you would choose somewhere crowded, but I don't understand the connection to the restaurant specifically.
The criminal might try to blend in with the crowd, or even escape by taking hostages.
Oh.
In light of this, we've had to make additional preparations. As soon as we received the news yesterday, we began coordinating with the Morishose Phantom and
Alright.
the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol.
Good plan.
We'll be deploying lots of undercover agents on site. If things go south, the safety of the civilians will be our top priority.
Yep.
Of course,
Yep,
fingers
yep,
crossed,
yep.
everything will go without a hitch.
I noticed a bunch of familiar faces from the previous case, like Captain Chevres of the Special Patrol. So I'm feeling optimistic.
Chevres!
We'll trust your instincts then. Oh, yeah, and by the way, We've also been in communication with Miss Lapine Pauline and Miss Navia.
That makes sense. Probably a good idea to let the Spina know what's going on.
The Spina di Rosula will provide support within a controlled scope, so there's no need to worry.
Awesome.
The only potential issue is with Miss Escoffier.
She wants to introduce them to her chopping board?
You know what? That might not be such a bad idea.
I love when Riosley makes a joke about murdering someone and Nublet has to politely remind him that he's not allowed to do that. It's like in Newbie's Story Quest, when you're down in the fortress and like Sijin walks up and she's like, "Oh, what's going on?" And they're filling her in. Riosley's like, "Oh, do you want me to go take care of it, head nurse?" And Nublet just goes, "Riosley." I love them.
All right, no more jokes. Miss Escoffier has made it clear that she doesn't want her restaurant to suffer any losses as a result of this operation.
I love how Nublet looks right here. He looks so pretty. Also, I feel like the capturing of a criminal is slightly more important than a restaurant losing profit. Can we just compensate her for the potential lost profits?
But, well, I have a feeling things might not go quite as smoothly as she hopes.
Is there anything I can do to
To be
I
honest,
can do
we
to help?
shouldn't have dragged you into this in the first place, and it's caused you quite enough trouble already. The Fontanian authorities should be able to handle the rest from here.
We both know that that's not gonna happen, and I'm gonna help.
But still, I'm guessing you'd like to see how it all turns out.
Definitely.
Well then, feel free to head down to the scene, but just stay alert and play it by ear. You won't necessarily have to do anything. Unless things go pear-shaped, of course.
I have a feeling things are gonna go pear-shaped.
I'll do my best to ensure that things don't escalate to that point.
Why does he get to be involved, but I don't? You're getting involved too, Kneech?
Of course. There are still a lot of unanswered questions, but our intel so far indicates that the culprit's from Natlan. Plus, I'm already a witness in this case. Might as well see this thing through to the end.
That's the Kneech we know and love.
Time on love might be a strong word. The group go on to discuss the specifics of the operation and things to watch out for. I feel like the sentence should be the group goes on to discuss, but whatever. For once, the conversation goes surprisingly smooth, perhaps because Aha and Kukuku aren't present. It's just as well, really. Things could have gotten awkward if Aha showed up and started cursing out Nublet.
Well,
yeah.
That's enough of the small talk. The operation's scheduled for the afternoon. If we're quick enough, we'll even have time for a few cups of tea before we leave.
I love him.
Oh, and let's grab something to eat too. Can't work on an empty stomach, you know.
But won't you just be watching?
And rooting for you. It's a very important job.
All right. I'll head over to the venue now. Ahao's been harping on for days now about this event-exclusive meal he wants to try. Guess I might as well shut him up sooner rather than later. See you in a bit.
I look forward to hearing how it all goes.
Oh, Nublet, you should come with. I understand why he can't, because he would be immediately recognized, but he should still come with. Are they not anywhere talking? Boo. Alright, head to the location.
This beach seems to be getting livelier by the day.
There's Farina and Escoffier. There we are. There's the Natlan boys. There's Charlotte. Thanks in part, surely, to the undercover agents.
Traveler,
Oh, there was Argent too.
Paimon's getting kind of.
Oh, there's Veressa. Oh, she's here because I did all the event minigame stuff. The guy with the case. That's gotta be him. Alright, it's business time. Ooh. Oh, I love this. I love when they do stuff in this style. Not really being subtle, dude. Oh.
Your friend thought you might be thirsty.
Oh.
Won't you stay and drink it?
I tend to steer clear of drinks left out in the open.
Oh.
You're surrounded. Give up and come with.
You lousy swine!
Oh, Farina's face is so cute there.
Stop right there!
Oh, look! A surprise performance! Wow! How lucky we are!
Aww.
After him!
Sorry, my guy. Unlicensed and illegally docked. This boat's not going anywhere.
Oh, I love them. Oh, that's Shaboof.
Quick! Don't let him get away!
Shaboof is aiming to kill.
Lowly worm! No one flies higher than the almighty Dragon Lord!
Ugh.
Who's stealing my fun? Ah, you
Nice job, Cuckoo.
All right, that's a wrap.
Oh, that might have been my favorite cutscene
Unbelievable!
ever.
You can't just drag someone around like that. Such blatant disregard for human life. I'm gonna sue the living daylights out of you.
That was probably my favorite cutscene, quite literally ever. Ryosuke looked incredibly hot. I mean, intimidating. It was so good. Oh my god.
Will you
God,
now?
Fontaine really is peak. Fontaine really is the best nation ever.
I think I did you a favor by pulling you away from your audience. Saved you some face at the very least. As for whether you were facing up or down along the way, well, that was your decision, wasn't it?
Why, you... all right, I admit it. I was in the wrong. Oh, of course I know the difference between right and wrong, but I had no choice. I desperately needed the money.
That is not an excuse.
I was an expert on ancient relics. Not only did I have a successful career, but a happy family too. But my son, I never imagined he'd turn out this way. Fell in with the wrong crowd and ended up shoulder deep in gambling. We had some savings, but he drained them away like a waterfall.
Keep your money in a more secure place?
Once he fell into debt,
I don't know what to
creditors
tell you here,
regularly
dude.
coming over to threaten and intimidate him. I'm his father. How could I just stand by and watch him suffer like that? Oh, my son is about the same age as you are. If only he could have turned out more like you. That's the only reason I needed the money. Please, believe me.
It still doesn't make it right.
You... Please, kid, I'm begging you. Help me. I see you're from Natland too. That makes us brothers. Please, have mercy. I still have a chance to help my son straighten himself out. But only if I get back. If I go to prison now, he'll be doomed, I tell you, doomed!
Dude, you're setting a worse example for your son.
And isn't standing together and fighting for a better future what families do?
You broke the law. You stole relics. You pulled a British museum. You don't get to just lol my bad this one off.
Our fate is in your hands, young man. Please, have a heart.
Kanich, do not let this guy go. I will literally never like you if you do.
Something wrong, Kanich? Gone soft, have we?
I don't believe a word you say. Wriothesley had you just about figured out. You're a gambler. Pure and simple.
A gambler? Me? Nonsense! I told you, it's my son!
No, it's probably you.
First of all, are you really from Natlan? You've been keeping tabs on the gun's whereabouts this whole time. You should have recognized at least one familiar face by now. On top of that, the way you threatened to sue me? Spoken like a true Fontanian, if you ask me.
Huh? What kind of logic is that? I can explain. I actually grew up in...
I don't want to hear another word. Ahau, here's your chance. Shut someone else up for once.
The moment I've been waiting for. Eat this, scumbag!
Being a compulsive liar is one of the hallmarks of a die-hard gambler. I bet you're just a Fontanian pretending to be from Natlan. Even if you have any friends or family to speak of, I'm guessing they've long since cut all ties with you. Of course, I might be wrong. But does that matter? I'm just here to arrest you. If you're looking for an advocate or a shoulder to cry on, you're out of luck. Besides, prying the truth out of you is exactly what your beloved courts are for. Isn't that right?
That's... Oh god, what's Traverse's voice again, God? That's right. It's been a while, Mr. Kanich. The Special Patrol will take the criminal off your hands now.
Many thanks.
Please, I should be the one thanking you for all the help you've given us.
And me? What about me?
Go away, Ahau. Oops. As you wish. My thanks to you and also to Mr. Kakuku for your show-stopping performances.
Hey, what do you mean? Hold it right there!
You okay, Kanich?
Don't worry. I'm fine. I wasn't the one who just got dragged all the way here.
You seemed a little upset just now.
Little Kanich, thinking back to when you were just an itty-bitty boy, Kanich, aren't ya? Aw, don't start crying like a little baby. I am the almighty Dragon Lord! No servant of mine will be seen acting so weak and pathetic in public!
What are you on about?
Bad, Ahau, bad.
Still, I suppose there's no point hiding it from you. To put it plainly, I can't stand gamblers. They're the most irresponsible people in the entire world. No respect for the principle that you have to give in order to get.
I really wish we would go back to the Fontaine characters. I was having so much fun with the Fontaine cast, and now we're focusing on Kanich.
They'll tell 1,000 lies for a single coin, deluding themselves into thinking they can use it to gamble their way to a vast fortune. But we all know that even when it looks like you're getting something for free, there's always an unseen cost. In the past, I also ended up paying a price for my father's gambling losses. I don't want anyone else to end up in a similar situation if I can help it.
Kanich, I'm gonna go leave and hang out with my cool friends.
Don't feel sorry for me. I certainly don't feel sorry for myself.
Well,
I
I
see that
didn't
people are
really.
shaped by their past. And since I've made it this far, I must have done a lot of things right.
Considering Ahau is right there, I'm gonna say you didn't.
We should never punish ourselves for the mistakes of others. Instead, I choose to remember the moments that helped me grow. Like when I first learned to use a grappling hook. Or the very first time I yearned for knowledge.
I get it.
Yeah, I believe you.
I'm gonna go and hang out with my cool friends, if you don't mind.
Let's get going. If we don't head back soon, we'll cause more unnecessary worry.
I wanted to head back like 15 minutes ago. That was good, but like, here for the Fontaine stuff. I want my cool Fontaine characters.
Yay! Traveler Kaniche, you're back! We just saw Chevro's taking the criminal away. She looked pretty pleased with herself.
Well, it did go smoother than expected.
So after so much running in circles, turns out he had no fight in him, huh? Guess running away was the only trick up his sleeve. Oh, also, Risley said to let you know that he's already left. He went to report back to the Palais Mermonia.
He went to go see his husband.
Apparently, the Marisho say Phantom's preparing to carry out an in-depth investigation into illegal gambling activities. Sounds like they'll have their hands full. Anyway, that's for the Palais to worry about. Not really our concern.
No, not really. Judging by how fast the Duke took off, I'd say he was. Judging by how fast the Duke took off, I'd say he was avoiding my camera. No, Charlotte, he just wanted to get back to his husband. But I guess I'm used to that by now.
Hey, it's not like you to give up so easily, Charlotte.
She's an imposter from Durin. It's fine. I have plenty of other great shots from back there, more than enough for a front page spread. And on that note, this busy reporter needs to scoot. These photos won't develop themselves.
Make sure you pick the best shots of Paimon.
Paimon, you didn't do anything.
Oh, already gone. Hope she heard that.
You can trust her judgment, Paimon. She's a professional photographer.
Right. But what took you all so long to get here? Did something happen?
I was forced to listen to a monologue. A How bonked his head and started crying.
What? Rumors and slander! When have I, the almighty Dragon Lord, Kahulahau, ever sunk to such sniveling?
Often, actually.
Anyways, what's next? Can I go and see the characters I like?
To be honest, I haven't decided yet.
Cool, you can keep being undecisive. I'm gonna go see if I can find the husbands.
At the moment, I've got nothing urgent to get back for. And, in any case, the court might need me to testify again. Plus, that gun's still a key piece of evidence. I'll probably have to wait until the case is closed before I can return it to Natlan. So, I guess I'll be sticking around to enjoy the beach a little longer.
Damn, that one was short. It only took 20 minutes. It was real short. But we do still have the epilogue. Before I start the epilogue, I want to go see if Nouvellette and if I can find Nouvellette and Riosli in the office. No! Okay. They're not here. A wish for smooth sailing. Thanks to everyone's hard work, the film Fantasy Land is now in full swing. You finally have some free time to chat with your companions. Alright, wait until between 8 and 10 the next day. Then they just appear right in front of me. Nope, okay. Back to the film Fantasy Land. I should have expected that. Oh.
Now that things have reached this point, we should add a pinch of salt. A dash of pepper, actually.
Ooh.
Brilliant.
Ooh.
Huh?
What are you guys making?
You two aren't talking about a new dessert menu by any chance, are you?
Pepper sounds a bit out of place in a dessert.
Not desserts. No, we're talking about the script.
Eh?
Oh,
My dear partner, photographer, rookie director, our creativity must keep up with the overflowing enthusiasm of our fans. There's no room for dull scripts on my stage.
I love Farina so
Plot
much.
twists should strike the audience like a cloud of pepper, leaving them sneezing in surprise. Achoo!
The same logic applies in catering. I once heard Miss Emily mention that pepper could be used in perfumes. Perhaps I could find a way to make it work
Ooh.
in desserts too.
There has to be some sort of dessert that uses pepper.
Complement the delicate sweetness of cream, perhaps.
Wow, the two of them seem to be working together so well. I'm struggling to imagine what a pepper cake would taste like, though.
I'm sure there's desserts that use pepper. I just can't think of them off the top of my mind.
What do we have here? Escoffier's making a new cake?
Yes, and she's peppering in some new ideas.
Oh, how exciting! When it's ready, do let me know. I'd love to try it.
Is it just Paimon, or does it seem like everyone's even more enthusiastic now that they've finished their work?
Why shouldn't they be? When your hard work pays off, that's when you should celebrate. It's like a batch of fresh macarons. You should never let fear of sweetness stop you from adding all the filling you please. After all, if there's ever a time to pile on the sugar, it's when you're making macarons.
I don't think that's true, Navia.
Pile on the sugar!
You know what? Sure, whatever you say, Farina.
Pile on the sugar!
Oh, hi, Lupine Pauline.
And why are we piling on the sugar?
Lupine Pauline, you're here! Is it ready?
Of course! It all went according to plan.
Huh? Were you off on some kind of important task?
I was indeed. Please accept this.
What is this? Aww. That's so cute.
Oh, wow! It's a panoramic view of the amusement park with everyone's illustrations on it!
That's so cute.
Since the film Fantasyland has been such a success, we decided to create a unique souvenir to remember it by.
Aww.
We built this park together brick by brick, so we decided we'd all contribute to drawing this map together too.
Wait, but I didn't draw anything on it.
To be fair, it was mostly thanks to Miss Lupine Pauline. She's our expert when it comes to drawing after all. But we all did our best to leave our own marks too.
I just realized Escoffier's like hairpin is both like forks and a snowflake.
That's right. And on top of that, traveler, I'm offering you a most special privilege.
Ooh, what?
You get to add a mustache to my portrait.
Oh my god. Oh, awesome. A fancy white one.
Flavored, huh? Very traditional, but also very delicious. You have my approval. All right then. Now that you're the proud owner of this commemorative map, you can draw as many different flavored mustaches on it as you like.
Everyone gets a mustache. I should make a trigger on my model to give myself a mustache.
Great. Your satisfaction is our #1 priority. Everything's all in order. Now it's time to relax. Forget about work and just enjoy the park.
Wait, is that it? It only took me 27 minutes. What? Oh, I didn't even realize we got that. Wow, that was quick.